What is up? Those were two very different songs.
I only made one of those. Okay, I'll take credit for the actual intro. Okay?
I really like the countdown. Like,
Right?
I was fucking
Back to
jamming
the
out
countdown
to it,
music?
man.
Nice vibe. It's a nice vibe.
Oh yeah. What's up, everybody? We are the Invincible podcast, but that is the last time we're gonna say the word invincible. No. This is the Other Stuff show. We get to do this twice a year, where we come in here and we talk about everything other than Invincible, because we spend so much time talking about Invincible and we're into so much other stuff that every now and then we get to do this kind of thing and talk about the latest TV shows, movies, video games, books, all that kind of stuff. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. So how are you guys doing?
I'm great. I've been looking forward to us doing the Other Stuff show. Anytime there's like a big TV show or game or movie or something, I always want to be like, what if we just did a little mini one? What if we just did a no new homework? What if we just real quick, just like gush about this thing that we all love? So I love that we get the chance now to just like go around the room and each just gush about whatever it is that has been so great over the past 6 months.
I feel like it was like a month and a half ago where some of us, especially me, we're starting to get the itch. Like, can we do it? I mean, is it too early?
It's just because there's been so many good things. Like it's been a good six months. Is that right?
Yeah, since January. Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's I've enjoyed the past few times that we've done this, where I just go back to the same notes page that I have in my notes app, and I look at what were the things I had written down for the last time. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about all those shows, and then I like try to catalog. Okay, what have I watched since then? What have I played or read since then? And it's fun to just like also look back, because I also have to end up doing the thing where I'm like, okay, all the shows that came out this year so far, which ones did I watch and which ones do I just not remember in the moment right now? And start putting a list together.
I'm going to be relying a lot on you guys. I think I did a little bit of a list, but I know TJ's really good at it. So I feel like you guys will be bringing up things.
I always have I always have an active Other Stuff show notes open. So like literally the day after, like I just start adding to it again.
I try.
I usually do the day of, like, especially because the chat is always really great about shouting things out too. So every time we've done one of these shows, that's another benefit of it, is that I always walk away with like 2 or 3 movies or shows or comics that I want to read because of people shouting them out for being similar to certain things that we talk about. So I'm excited for that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's up, Chris? What's up, Owen, Sam? Hey, everybody. Not you, Matt. Quarters or thirds. We can't do it that often.
Yeah, Chris knows me so well. Except I did a lot of this stuff. Really, I did. I really did.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think for sure, homework should always be a 6-month thing. Gives people plenty of time to get around to it if you're not feeling it. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to even not necessarily do another Other Stuff show, but like, you know, Bill, Alien Earth comes out and it's the best thing ever. Maybe we do a little emergency, like, hey, let's just talk about that for a minute.
It absolutely is going to be an emergency thing to talk about it. Predator, Killer of Killers almost was. But thankfully it was close enough to this where we were able to wait, but fuck.
So we didn't talk about this beforehand, so I'm going to pitch it to you guys now. Do you guys want to start with like a hard, like, keep it under a half hour or like even 5 to 10 minutes per person? Let's just go over our homework from the previous episode, and then we'll get into all the new stuff. Like, let's try and truncate the homework assignments.
I think we can keep it to 10 minutes. I think we can keep it 10 minutes max.
Because I could be pretty quick talking about the 3
10 minutes
homeworks that I had.
A long time.
That's what I mean.
Well, then good. I'm good.
Wait, each or
each?
Yeah,
I can't
40
talk
minutes.
I can't.
That's why I'm saying like it'd be far less than that. You're right. It'd be like
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Unless we want to gush about it. Unless like you love the homework.
You can spend more time on one thing than the others if you really want to show which homework assignment you like the most.
I mean, I'll go first, or if one of you guys want to go first. Ryan, you look like you want to go first.
No, I'm just ready. I've got it.
Then go. You start us out. Let's get homework out of the way.
All right. Let's see. Bill, from you, I had Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
That's right.
30-hour video game.
It's a 12-hour video game, maybe.
It was like 15. But no, I am not into spooky things. I don't like scary stuff. But I do like Alien and Predator, especially over the last couple of years with this kind of like resurgence it's been having. I don't know, man. It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it. It was like 30% too long. It was a bit too long at one point. I didn't care for all the jump scares, but I got over them pretty quickly and learned that if I just run really fast, then like I'll get as far as I can go, learn where the jump scares are going to happen, die, and then respawn and then go through it stealthily, and knowing where the jump scares are. So I kind of gamed it a little bit. But
that's
what I like most...
Figuring that out, though, is like what's scary about it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like knowing that you fucked up and now you have to run and hide. Mm-hmm. It's like that feeling of like running up the basement stairs and feeling like there's a ghost about to grab your ankle, and like knowing that there is something there. And you have to find a locker or something to jump into.
We're fucking a save point, and like you're like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't
hurry
kill
up
me.
And save. It felt a little unfair at times, but really the thing that I love most about Alien and it is like the mythology and the lore and everything like that, and it had that, but this game excelled most at just atmosphere, and they nailed it. It was perfect for that. If you want to be in that, and like it was very much
Alien
that. So,
1 specifically, Alien 1, not Aliens or any other one, but it's like if you want, if you just need to like scratch that itch of 1970s Alien, it's perfect.
I just wish it was a little bit shorter. It got to a point where I'm like, that was awesome, and then it kept going. I'm like, all right, well, let's. But no, glad I played it though. So that was good job. I enjoyed it.
That game got like roasted in reviews, which is wild. It's definitely like a cult.
It is. That's the thing, TJ. It's not even really like a cult. Like that IGN review is like well known. Like Alien Isolation, IGN's review is like the most divisive thing. Like everybody disagrees with it. Like everyone thinks it's fucking wrong. I mean, it got some stuff right, like with it being, with it, they said that it was a little too long and stuff like that. But it got. But the sequel's coming out. They're working on the sequel.
Yeah. TJ assigned me the Penguin.
That's right.
This might have been the first thing No, maybe this was the second thing. I think I'm going in order here. Anyways, so I rewatched the Batman because I hadn't watched it since theaters, and then watched the Penguin, and it's incredible. It was so good, so good.
Yes,
I love Christine.
Kristen
Milioti. She's incredible.
From
How I Met Your Mother, and she's in like Wolf of Wall Street.
Palm Springs is a great movie with her.
She's so good at Palm Springs.
She was incredible in it. It was just, I think I knocked it out in like 3 days. And the ending is perfect. I loved it. It made me angry that it's taking so long to get more in this universe. But I get it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
The one thing I'll say, I may have said it when I spoke about it when I watched it, was I think the most underrated actor of the entire show was Penguin's mother. She was so good in that show, like surprisingly good. And I felt like they kind of slept on her. I think she was nominated maybe for like an Emmy or something like that.
Did Colin Farrell win the Emmy?
Yes.
He win?
He won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
It
was definitely one of those things that I knew it was going to be good. I knew I wanted to watch it, but I'm glad it was assigned as homework because that was the push that I needed, and I'm so glad I watched it. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And then Wyatt assigned me My Hero Academia.
That's right.
Which I watched all of season 1 in about a week, and it was It was fantastic. I loved it. One of the things I love most, we all love most about Invincible is the world. And like, here's all these characters with a bunch of superpowers. And like, it just has its lore so well established. It's like, Bill, when you talk about sci-fi that you like, that just, it has its own world and it doesn't dumb it down for you. It is just such a well-developed, lived-in world of superpowers. And it is the most like hype and also the most like hopeful show I've ever watched. Like, it's so positive in like the underdog story side of things, but also just the craziest anime hype. And I loved it and wanted to continue watching, but I think I had other things that were piling up and decided to wait because I think they were wrapping up the final season or something.
Final season comes out, I want to say like October.
Yeah.
Sometime very soon.
Yeah. So I think part of me was like, yeah, I'm going to put this on hold. I really enjoyed it. And so I'm going to probably binge the rest of it soon, especially with the final season coming out. I can't wait. I loved it. I thought it was great. Thanks, Wyatt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who wants to go next?
Hang on. Sorry, my headphones disconnected for a second. I didn't hear. Bill, you look like you were ready to go next. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. So
Ryan, your mic was crackling a little bit as you were talking.
A little bit.
I don't know if you want to try and like disconnect and reconnect it, or
I might just go back to AirPods.
Hey, you do you.
That's
if you
up
want,
to you.
Was that worse?
I
mean, you tell me if I need to change. You tell me if I need to change.
Yeah,
you're not crackling right now. So yeah. All right, so Wyatt, you gave me Neva that I played on my Steam Deck, and that was so good.
Yes.
Just like a mindless kind of side-scrolling thing. I played this like after
very early
after we did, because I didn't really have anything to play, and it was great. I love it because it like would introduce new like gameplay elements. Yeah. And then you would do it one time and then move on to something else. So nothing felt like everything felt kind of special that you were doing. Man, it was just very emotional. It was an emotional ride. So
it is, and I just think it's one of the prettiest games that you can play, just in the way that, like, I know the phrase "every frame a painting" gets thrown around all the time, but literally you could pause that game and it would look like artwork that you should hang up on a wall somewhere. Like it is just so gorgeous. The lack of UI as well kind of adds to that, where there's nothing on the screen except your character. There's no dialogue to kind of distract from it. And if that's all it was, even, and there wasn't any kind of like interesting platform or combat mechanics, I would have been happy with it. And I think the platforming and combat stuff just like took it to the next level.
Yeah, and that's the thing that was really surprising about it too, is like at first I thought it was just like an art project, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, this is cool experience, but then it started to get like challenging. And I remember telling you, that the gameplay reminded me of like Arkham, like the like the fighting and the countering, but it's not like that at all, but it felt like that. So really fun.
It had that same
definitely suggest
like
it.
Counter.
Yeah, just like the way that you kind of like dodge through things, like you can dodge through an enemy with the dodge button and get on the other side of them. It was very good. I cried like literally within the first 5 minutes of it, and I was like, Wyatt, what the fuck, dude? Ryan, yours was Severance. Which I finished like, within a few weeks also of suggesting it,
right?
Yeah.
When you say finished,
I did not
finish, right?
I did not finish season 2. Season 2, like the last thing that I watched, spoilers everybody, was fuck you, Ryan. Fuck off, dude.
Love just the marker though.
One of the last episodes I watched was and he calls her by her actual name, like when he I think I watched one episode after that. The waterfall one.
Yes.
Seth.
Seth.
Yeah, one of the best moments of television all year.
But season 2 just didn't. Season 2 didn't do it for me, as consistently as season 1 did. But I mean, if you make it my homework for this one, I'll have to finish it, maybe, unless I don't like it.
Should we talk about is this open conversation of Severance now?
put a pin in it.
How are we doing that?
Yeah, put a pin in it really quick because it's going to be quick for the Great. TJ suggested the Great for me.
Oh, that's right.
I thought I
was going
to like it because I like Nicholas Hoult and I didn't really care for it that much.
Bill, did you? So it starts. I didn't out rough.
Yeah,
it starts.
The first.
Bill, you didn't finish it. The first couple episodes are so corny and just like it's tough to get into because it's like bad comedy. But it's so good.
Like Nicholas Hoult, I was like, dude, stop talking about blowjobs. Like, I get it.
For sure.
You're royalty. Yeah. You like your dick getting sucked. Like, I understand. Yeah. But then it showed is it elephanting?
Elephanting.
Yeah, elephanting.
It showed her ass, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm interested in this. It showed her butt.
They intentionally start him off as just the douchiest, worst, awful character.
So here's what I'll say, TJ. I can't do it on my own. I need motivation. So I will watch it with you. Like whether we take an hour here or there to finish it. But I need motivation because dude, it's too rough for me. Like there
will be a point where it'll just automatically like click and it'll start getting better. Like it starts with the comedy where the comedy actually starts getting like really like funny, like actually funny. And then the story takes over and the story is great all the way through it. And it just keeps getting better and better. It's so good.
I did some because I didn't know anything about it. And like once I understood what the synopsis was, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see how this would be, good. But yeah, TJ, the comedy, like it didn't get me, but I know that it's there and I trust you enough to where like I'll go back to it and watch it. But yeah, I couldn't get into it, unfortunately. I'm very sorry. You didn't finish oh wait, was that your homework?
Mine?
Or was that last year's homework?
Yeah. And I did the homework that we established for The Expanse was the first 9 chapters, which I did.
Okay, TJ, do you want to go next or you want me to
sure, I can go. So Ryan gave me the book Cersei.
Oh,
because
I also read that during this like 6-month period as well.
So I read Song of Achilles, which I fucking loved. And obviously like me, Ryan, and Wyatt are all big epic fans like of the audio musical.
And Greek mythology in general.
Yeah. Cersei was awesome. I loved it. It started out rough. But when things start out rough, I will continue it anyways, because that's my homework and it's what I'm supposed to do.
He's better than I am.
But it did start out
that
rough.
was a very intentional dig at you.
I felt it.
I don't know what you mean.
I have a bruise in my ribs. I feel it.
But it started out very much like Cersei, like on the island with her family, and she's just whining and whining and whining about like her life and everything.
Sounds awesome. Sign me up.
But it's a couple chapters there. Like it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
But then when she gets banished, and then like it's slowly like other characters start to show up, and it does. It really it is such a consistent build though, to where it's like there's no peaks and valleys. It's literally just starts low and then just goes higher and higher and higher. And then by the end of it, like I fucking loved it.
It's one of the best like interpretations of immortality too, and like what that does, and like it's so great.
Owen asked if that's the Madeline Miller book. Is that right?
It is.
It is Madeline Miller. It's she did Cersei and Song of Achilles.
TJ, of those two, which do you prefer?
Ryan and I were talking about this as I was reading it, and like Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong. Ryan likes Cersei more.
Oh yeah.
I liked Song of Achilles more, and not for the obvious, gay characters, and it helps, but also like it's kind of like more of like a guy book. I think like there's
Song
more.
Of Achilles is more. I think it's a more focused like A to B story where Cersei feels very much like an Odyssey. I mean, it pulls a lot of it from the Odyssey, so you get tons of characters. You get Daedalus and Icarus in this story. You get the Minotaur. You get like a lot of really cool,
Scylla,
a lot of other gods and everything. Like a lot more like mythologies pulled into it, which is why I prefer it.
That's what I was. I was going to say kind of the same thing. I think I prefer Cersei over Song of Achilles because a lot of Greek mythology stories are either like it's all about the gods or it's all about the humans. And this one, like Cersei's such a good. I feel like she had sort of one foot in both worlds the whole book, and I think it was a little more mysterious because I didn't really know where it was going. Whereas with like Song of Achilles, you kind of know their journey's end of where they're headed to. But Cersei, especially the ending, I think is one of the coolest like endings to a book. Like I loved it.
And what's also cool about it is knowing like the backstory of it. Like Madeline Miller adapted the end of Cersei based on one of the lost like writings. I could be partially wrong about this. Like, you know, Homer's Iliad and, you know, the Odyssey were like ancient epics, ancient writings, poems and everything, right? And there were more books, but they were lost to time and everything like that. So she pulled from that what remains of those stories, and it's just a really cool what she did and how she told the story was great.
This live has turned into a fucking history lesson. What else? What other homework did you have, TJ? You like history? You liked it.
Bill, keep making fun of things. We have the power. Last thing though, TJ, real quick, is why did you tell Nicole much about it? Because I really think she'd love it.
All I've told her about it is that I have begged her incessantly that she needs to read it because she would love it. Like there are a lot of books that I read or shows that I watch where I'm just like, can I please tell you the whole plot of this thing because it's so cool? And then there are ones that I'm like, I'm not going to tell you anything about it because you need to read it because I want to hear what you have to say about it. And I know she will love that book, but she wants to read Song of Achilles first because she started that one and was like halfway through. So eventually I'm sure she'll get back to that and then catch up.
Chapter 10.
Whew. We're not going chapter by chapter. TJ, what other homework did you have?
Bill, you gave me Creature Commandos.
Oh, please tell me you liked it.
I thought it was okay. Each episode is about one of the characters. Like focuses on one of the characters. I forget his name,
chronological?
But like it does continue a story.
Oh, okay. It's not an anthology.
No. But like each one, like they're going to do something. They have an objective throughout the entire season. But then like this episode, like there starts off with them going, and then it'll like focus on that one character, and it'll like show their background, and then go back to the live time, and like show their origin story, and then go back to the regular timeline. And I thought it was good. I was enjoying it while I was watching it. I was never like motivated to turn it on. But the robot story, I forget his name, GI Robot. His story, his episode was like by far the best.
Yeah, it's no contest. It's fucking great. It's fucking great.
I did like it though. I liked the ending, how they wrapped it up. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was surprised by the ending as well, and I really like. So if it has Ric Flair Sr. in it.
Yeah.
Who Rick Flag. Rick Flag. Rick Flag Sr., who is Rick Flag's dad, and Rick Flag was murdered by Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad movie. And in Peacemaker season 2, Rick Flag is in it as himself, like the voice actor, and it's the guy who was in Captain America.
And he's going to be in Superman, right? He's also going to be in Superman.
I would assume so.
Yeah,
but
sure
I love it.
He is.
I have
for sure.
Man, I'm starting to have a lot of faith in James Gunn. I think he's going to do great things.
I'm so hyped for Superman. Like I'm not to start talking about future stuff, but like I'm very excited, very hopeful for Superman.
Frank Grillo, thank you, Frank.
My thing with Superman is I'm more of a DC fanboy, like when it comes to like comics and stuff. Like I love DC stuff. I've been wanting like a good, like this is your chance to start over. Like please do good. Yeah. However, I'm not a big fan of James Gunn because I feel like he just throws ridiculous villains in it, and then he throws all these characters in his movies where you don't really care about any of them because you can't focus on any of them. So I kind of have a gripe with James Gunn, and some of the trailer looks like it might be like that. However, everything that I've seen of Clark and Superman looks incredible. So I'm like, they're giving him a personality finally. They're actually like, I don't know, they're I'm holding out hope. I haven't seen, and I've seen more good than bad. So I'm really hopeful that he's.
I agree, TJ. Like I was always a fan of Man of Steel and Henry Cavill, but seeing this Superman actually have like personality, like, and is fun to watch, other than just like getting pummeled, I think is going to be a big change of pace. And I just want DC to have a fucking win. Like, please, God. Let this be Marvel had their fucking 20 years. It's time for DC to kind of like, hit the ground running. So TJ, I think you had one more, right?
Wyatt gave me the game Hades.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And
back to Greek mythology.
More fucking Greek mythology. God damn it.
Right,
that's a game.
I knew Ryan was gonna
build a Greek mythology.
Something Greek. I'll do Hades.
He's gonna get Hades, Song of Achilles.
Ryan, just assign him the Odyssey. Just make him read the Odyssey.
Has to read the Odyssey.
Hades. I already had it on my PlayStation that I bought it for like $5 like a year before and just never played it. It was a game that I always wanted to play, but kind of similar to the homework that I gave Ryan. Like I probably needed to be assigned it in order to do it. Yeah. And I beat it. I did love it.
Did you end up beating the final boss? Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Once I beat the final boss. Oh yeah. Okay. Once I beat the final boss, like
because last we talked, you couldn't get past the
second phase. The final boss.
No. After that, I think the next day after I told you that I couldn't get past that, I think I thought I texted the group.
Nice.
That I beat it, but so I beat it all. I beat the whole game. There were frustrating moments. I told you about. There was a point where, like, I went into the final boss for the first time, and fucking rocked his shit. Rocked him, beat him, and then this motherfucker stood up again, and his health bar went up, and I'm like, fuck this, dude, because I was so hype. I was so hype that I had built my character up enough to go into that fight and beat the final boss in one shot, and then he stood. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, and I got to start all the way at the beginning again. Like, it did very much take me back to the Sega Genesis games of not being able to save. But okay, bye Ryan.
Ryan's gone into the shadow realm.
I don't know what's happening.
But TJ, how good did it feel once you came back and eventually did beat him? You know what I mean? Like, that's honestly what I've grown to love about like the FromSoft games, at least with like Elden Ring, is that like it is punishing and it is like frustrating at times, but mastering that and coming back and like beating the boss that made you that frustrating, there is something like so exciting about that is just very different than other games.
Getting that awesome build that completely changes this run, and you're like, I am melting everyone.
I was just about to say the opposite of that is like after that happened, where I like beat the boss, the first phase of the boss in one shot. I'm like, oh, I'm going to destroy him next time. And then the next time I went, I was just getting the worst builds, like nothing.
Run.
And it was really bad. And I'm like, this game knows what it's doing.
Great. You have a bad run and you still have that conversation with Orpheus, or you still progress, or he makes fun of the bone snake or something in a different way. And then you die and then you get out and it's like you progress the story. You still progress those conversations because dying is still sends the story forward. So there are no wasted runs. It was so good.
The more you talk about Greek mythology, the more your mic is crackling. So
you are crackling quite a bit.
I don't think it's about the Greek mythology.
I think it's associated. I think we should just try it.
Try just
move on.
Sam in the chat is asking, if I beat him once or how many times did I beat him? I have to admit, once I beat him, I immediately went on to my next game. I would like to go back to it. I'll be honest. After I beat my current game, I may play the sequel. I may just go right into the sequel. Yeah. Is it on PlayStation yet?
It's not out yet.
It's not. Okay. It's only coming to Switch 2 console-wise at launch.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So then maybe not.
TJ.
But yes, TJ, to see what the full ending of that game is, even if you just wanted to YouTube it at this point, you have to beat Hades 10 times. And then on your 10th run of beating him, you get the final cutscene and like credits and everything. And that is like, it's a tall order, and you have to just really love the like playing around with builds at that point. And it is sort of like, I feel like that is a lot to put behind to get to the credits. But just to let you know, again, you could go and YouTube it and just kind of see what.
Really quick, Nicole, I also got a fucking haircut. Like, look at my fucking fade.
But she likes my haircut.
What do you mean? Look at mine. It's got like a floop-de-doo thing. It's
she said hi to Chris, but she didn't say anything to you, Bill. Okay, my homework that I had, unless you wanted to keep going, TJ, I don't want to cut you off.
He's good.
Oh, no.
He's done.
The whole time TJ's talking, I just see Bill being like, "This is my least favorite part of the show."
It's whenever we're not. It's honestly Bill's least favorite part of every show is just when he's not talking. If he's not the one talking, he's hating.
It's just Greek mythology. We're all Greeked out.
Well, here you go, Bill. I had The Long Halloween assigned to me from TJ because I had just finished Hush, and this one I got to a few weeks ago. It was like late May, I want to say, when I was reading this one. Fantastic Batman comic. Like, I have very much enjoyed this, like the sort of trek into the classic, if you will, Batman comics that I've been on recently. Because there's so many times where you hear people mention like, oh, this takes a lot of inspiration from Long Halloween or from The Killing Joke or whatever it may be. And reading this one, it was like, I know I messaged TJ at least a couple of times being like, oh, wow, Chris Nolan just like took a lot from this, huh? Yeah. Like just so many things about like burning the big pile of cash and the way that like Harvey Dent is handled and the way he's used in that story. There's so much of the like Dark Knight trilogy DNA in there that it was very cool to see. And just like a great detective story, it being broken up into the chapters with like each holiday was so cool. Cause it was like every time I started one, it was the like curiosity of being like, ooh, what are they gonna do for this specific holiday? What's gonna be the spin on it? So fun. Dude,
Calendar Man I loved all of that.
Yeah.
And I like how like you said, like inspiration, like it was very The Dark Knight heavy. Yeah. But if you played Arkham City, it's also it draws a lot of inspiration for the Arkham City storyline too. Yeah, dude, it's so good. And I don't know if you know this, but Long Halloween, there's some storylines that aren't like wrapped up, that it leaves some a little open-ended. Dark Victory is the direct sequel to Long Halloween. It came out right after that. So if you are so inclined, Dark Victory is also great and goes more into like Robin too, which is my favorite character.
Halloween story that came out, right?
Yeah, they are currently doing a Long Halloween, just like they're doing a Hush 2. Oh, I don't know, a short story. Oh, well, they did come back for another Long Halloween that's currently running.
They heard I was reading both of those books, and they were like, we gotta keep.
Well, that's why I assigned it to you, Wyatt.
The Long Halloween is great because it's kind of like the best Batman, and that's what makes the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman good. It's like he doesn't pull like specific story elements from it as much, but the tone of it, the very like detective nature of it is what makes it so good. That's why
very
I like
serious. It's very bleak. Yeah. It's very like a lot of people are not having a good time in those stories.
Yeah. Oh, Chris says that it's a reprint, so maybe I got that wrong.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, that's disappointing.
Sam said he liked the animated adaptation of Long Halloween as well. As far as my other homework, Bill gave me a book called We Used to Live Here that was the first horror book that I've read because I don't like scary things. And that said, I had a great time with this book. Like, I started listening to it when I would go for like a jog or a walk around a neighborhood in my AirPods, and then like it got to a point where I didn't like doing that because I started getting like very paranoid as I was listening to it because it's a very like eerie book. There was never anything that was like too much. Like I would put it in the same category as like the Mike Flanagan stuff that I've watched, like Hill House and House of Usher and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of not really understanding what is truly going on and questioning kind of the reality of what things are happening until you get to kind of some understanding at the end of it. And there's still questions, but the questions are so fun. And there are so many like little breadcrumbs that make you think about the whole story in such a different way that I was super, super impressed with how it ends and just the overall story of it. Enjoyed it a lot.
TJ, did you read it?
No, but I think that's, I like when horror does that, where it doesn't explain everything. Because I don't think it should. I don't like that. You know, it's a paranormal thing. So
but not in like an A24 pretentious way. A24 has been doing great stuff, by the way, like lately. But like, you can have something that is horror or supernatural or I wouldn't even know if it's that, Wyatt. It's like cosmic kind of in a way that's
it is almost more sci-fi in it's hard to even say. I don't want to say too much for anybody that might want to read it, because you shouldn't go in necessarily thinking anything that way about it, because it really isn't until much later that maybe you get some inklings that something like that could be going on. But yeah, it is way more interesting than I think a lot of horror stuff maybe that I saw when I was younger, where it was just like, and there's some crazy murder thing happening and you don't really get any answers. This gave you enough answers that it was super interesting and like kind of tragic, and super, super fun. Liked it a lot. That's another one that Nicole started but has not finished yet that she would like to read, that she seems interested in. And then, speaking of that, I've also been begging Nicole to read my last homework that Ryan gave me because I enjoyed it so much, which is Murder Falcon by Daniel Warren Johnson. It is maybe my favorite of Daniel Warren Johnson's. It's hard because Do a Powerbomb is also my, like, is up there with, like, it's tied for that maybe as my favorites. But yeah, it is so, Daniel Warren Johnson does such a good job of like presenting a concept that just feels like a fun, zany, almost Pixar-esque. Oh, in this one, you know, musical instruments can bring magical creatures to life. And then just like a good Pixar movie does, it like gets you in with that like fun zaniness as he slowly like grabs your heart and then just squeezes it and like just makes you cry by the end of it in such ridiculous scenarios. And like Murder Falcon, if Murder Falcon got the budget that like an Into the Spider-Verse got, and they made an animated movie with a great soundtrack, it would be the #1 movie in the world. It would break so many records. It is
Wyatt.
It is fantastic. Man. I'm not being facetious, Bill. It is so good.
No, you should read
the amount
Murder
of
Falcon.
heart that it has in it, the amount of like how much fun it is, how like kind of silly it is at times, and then switches to just being so heartfelt and being like about real stuff that you're dealing with. Like, it is incredible. Daniel Warren Johnson has become one of my favorite writers, just 1,000%. Hands down in any medium.
I already have Bill's homework picked out, but if somebody doesn't, reading like the 3 Daniel Warren Johnson side things would be a great.
Yeah.
Oh. I still haven't read the Powerbomb.
I mean, I've got notes of like ideas for homework for everybody. I haven't fully decided on everything, but those are definitely in my mind as I think about things.
I'm not. Chris is saying that I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I can't believe that Wyatt is saying this. Like he loves it that much.
I do.
Make me ever tear up like the way it did. Like it. It's just so good. It's so good. Yeah. He's
Murder Falcon.
Yes.
Dude, it's so good.
Bill.
I know.
Bill.
I understand. I'm curious. So if someone wants to give it to me for homework, I'll absolutely do it. But like that, I don't know.
Wyatt, you posted a picture of Extremity. Did you read Extremity yet?
I can, if we want to transition into like just talking about things that we've been doing. I was buying some replacement like thumbsticks for my PlayStation controller because Grayson was playing with them and they got like torn up. And I saw that it was like free same-day delivery if you spend $25. And I was like looking through what else they had that was free same day, and the hardcover for Extremity was on there. So I was just like, that is one of the ones I know that I should read by Daniel Warren Johnson that people talk about. That's one of his earlier books before Murder Falcon and everything. So I got that and I read all of it today. So it's still very fresh in my mind. It's only 12 issues. It's not super long, but
quite a bit.
I loved it. I don't think I would put it as high as a Murder Falcon and as Do a Powerbomb, those have a little bit more levity to them than this one does. This one is a little bit more serious. It's more fantastical as well, right? Where like, yeah, it's very much like Chroma, where like there is a world that he has created. Like you open it up and the very beginning of it is like the world map, like Tolkien style. Like it's very cool. And I'm actually looking forward to going back through it and reading it another time as well to notice other things that I probably missed, because there's cool reveals throughout it. And again, his art is always so just like energetic and dynamic, and just like you just feel the like sort of scribbly nature of all of it, that it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome, Owen. That edition is very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot.
Cool. So homework is done.
I think we all talked about our homework.
Welcome to the Expedition 33 podcast, everybody, where we will be spending the next 3 hours talking.
Can I just say, because I gotta pee, so I'm just gonna say,
you got anything? Go for it.
I'm gonna say this one thing about Expedition 33.
I hope it's what I think you're gonna say.
It's not. It's
Bill
not.
told me, and it was so fucking true.
He told you? Did he tell you that? It was me.
Dude, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, dude. And it's that song. That song of the entire soundtrack is identical.
Because I was sitting on the couch. I'm like, okay, so we all play this board game called Last Night on Earth. And the board game comes with this CD soundtrack that you're supposed to play just for ambiance in the background. And it is atrocious. It's like we love it. It's amazing because it's bad, I guess. But it's just like
the game is
like this like woman like in the background. It is. I would not be surprised if it was the same. If it was like the same like people doing it or something.
Totally.
I'm literally I was like, this sounds like that, and Bill was like, yeah, kind of. And then I pulled it up on YouTube and I played it. I'm like, listen to this. Listen.
Dude, John, you know, I will show you this song tomorrow from Expedition 33. It is identical. Like I sat straight up when I heard it, and there was nobody I could share it with. I'm so glad you heard, because there's like a million songs. I'm so glad you heard that song, DJ, and caught it.
So
funny.
So there are people in here that have not, like Sam has said, he hasn't gotten past Act 2.
Yeah, we're not talking spoilers.
Not talking spoilers, just overall feelings. Game of the year, hands down.
Bill, it's the game of the last 5 years, if not for Tears of the Kingdom for me. Other than Tears of the Kingdom, I can't say it's above that necessarily for me, but it's like a generational, like, I can't believe this game is so good.
100%, dude. It is going to be like, if this was the first video game that I ever played as like a fucking 12-year-old, it would be the thing that I'd be like searching for, like what got me into video games. It is the story is just so incredible. At first, like you're like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't know like what this is. It's all big, and then it continues to make sense. And the more it makes sense, the more dread you feel.
Yeah,
perfect. Which is ironic because it starts out with some pretty intense dread.
Oh yeah.
But
the story and the world that they crafted. I want comic books. I want animated movies. I want them to explore in spin-off games. There are so many opportunities that they have created for just expanding the world, and everything about the world is so unique, and so like the art style of it and the art direction of it all feels so cool, and every part of it, once you understand it, has a meaning to it and has a reason for it. And even the simplest things that you would think like, oh, well, there's some things that have to just be there for a gameplay mechanic, but they also have like a meaning linked to why they are the way that they are. It's such a brilliant game. The soundtrack is awesome. I love all of the music for it. When the battle themes would kick in, there would be times that I would just be like, not playing because I set the controller down and I'm just like vibing out to this music. And then when you do play, I don't love turn-based stuff. Like there are very few games that I have played that are turn-based that have like hooked me in. And like this game, even though it is turn-based, even though it is like a style of game that I thought that I probably wouldn't like, the inclusion of like parries, being able to parry and nail those perfectly. And when you nail like 4 parries in a row and get a big old counterattack where your whole team attacks at the same time, I'm standing up off the couch and like throwing my controller in the air from just like pure exhilaration. Like, so Nicole can attest to the fact that when I beat the like bigger boss, I was shouting. It was loud in our.
That's what I was just gonna say, dude. So
freaking out.
So I was fighting a boss whom I won't say because I don't want to spoil anything. And it was my son, who's 14, my son's girlfriend, who doesn't do video games at all. And they were watching me play this boss. And it must have taken me fucking 5 times at least. Ryan's like, oh, I beat him on the first try.
No.
And literally after I fucking did it, and TJ, it was very much like, oh, I fucking did it. Oh my God. And then his health went all the way back up, all the way back up. When I beat this fucking guy, everyone stood up, like, and we were high-fiving each other. They didn't know what was going on, and they high-fived, but just like the epic nature of the fucking gameplay, and it's so addicting, and like building your teams and building their powers and like what their strengths are. I could not praise this game enough. Expedition 23,
and you can play it. And you can play it more casually, I think, for most of the story and just kind of progress the same way you would in a more like action RPG. But like you said, Bill, you can get into the like math of it where you are making builds that play off of each other. Like me being able to beat the final boss that I beat with the amount of damage that I was doing, I could only do it if I would one-shot him. And I could only do that by like stacking so many different things that one character would do an insane amount of damage. And the math of like seeing that number jump way up after you've like added a bunch of different things and stacked things is so satisfying. Like it's a great game.
And without getting into any spoilers at all, the conversations that you have afterwards and the way you can dissect this game and talk about it and just view everything retroactively, I'm still exploring like afterwards, but I can't wait to play it again and like replay and listen to all these conversations and stuff with knowing what I know now. It's awesome.
There's crazy stuff like, oh man, this is an act 2. I won't talk about it. There's little things that like CL I'm not going to spoil it. Never mind.
Characters are great. Performances are great.
Ryan, you might want to change your mic.
Yeah, you're still pretty crackly. Nicole did say, Bill, you can answer while Ryan's changing his mic.
It's not even a question.
And Bill's first string teams were
Verso. So my order was Verso, Lune, and Mael. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I tried to. I played with Monoko for quite a while because he was pretty powerful, but then I didn't. He's changing his mic. Bros.
Yeah.
I think I like, and I did play with CL for quite a while, and she was my damage. Like she was like, holy shit, this is like really powerful.
Sam agrees.
Yeah. She didn't cut it for me after I boosted everybody else.
I think I just got into the routine and like really liked those characters and wanted to build my team around those. But it doesn't have the game does not have a weak link. Every part of it is.
Sam brings up a great point. You don't. There are people I'm sure that won't touch Mael or won't touch Lune because they just build up everybody else and find something that works for them. I couldn't find a groove that worked.
Yeah.
And I just found it for especially Verso. He's the fucking man. So
TJ, pulling you off the bench here. Did you have been averse to this because you just don't like turn-based games, or what has been your
aversion?
Aversion to Expedition.
Bill said, TJ, do not play this game. It's really it.
See,
he would hate it. He would fucking hate it.
But Bill,
you really think he would?
Bill. So Wyatt, last Other Stuff show, after we got off screen, Bill goes, dude, you're going to fucking hate Hades, right? I loved Hades. Bill thinks I just don't like video games. I'm not like a gamer where I can sit and play like a 300-hour game in order to beat it.
It's super tight. Dude, it's super tight. It's super
honestly,
tight.
I do like more linear games, which is why I don't consider myself a gamer.
This is kind of linear.
I do play a lot of games. but it's just, yeah. I mean, maybe I'd like it. I don't know.
I mean, you've seen me play enough. You've seen the game. That's the game, the combat, and then looking for another fight or like exploring a little bit. There's not much to that, but dude, the story is so good, TJ. I don't know.
Owen
Do you think that you would
Bill not beating the hater allegations?
I don't understand that. I'm fucking loving on Expedition 33. So
Bill is not a hater. Bill's just a TJ hater. Apparently, he just thinks that TJ would hate everything. But yeah, that is like, if I know on our thumbnail, I think I put Pedro Pascal right in the middle, just for, hopefully that's a little more clickable. If I was putting what was like had the strongest grip on my obsession over these past few weeks, Expedition 33 is hands down, like, it is. When I think back to like the best games of the past 5 years, it is hard for me to say that any of those are better than Expedition 33. Like, it is one of my new big favorites. Yeah. All right, that was Bill's big one. TJ, we all just talked a lot about that. I feel like you should take a next topic of anything that you would like to talk about.
I will tell you that my list of like must talk abouts is quite big, quite massive.
I love it. I
don't even know where to start. Okay, I'll start with this one. Just because Wyatt, you and I have been talking about it a lot. I've watched like my first ever anime, and I'm not a big anime guy.
One of us.
So I did watch Solo Leveling, thinking that it was something else.
That's right.
I'm glad. Yeah. So I saw this like crazy scene, this crazy like anime fight scene. Like honestly was fucking incredible. And I was like, oh, I want to check that out. Solo Leveling was also on my list. So I had both those on my list. And then when I went to it, I was like, oh, that's what it's called. It's called Solo Leveling, but it wasn't. It was the other one, which was Super Cube. Neither here nor there. But so I started Solo Leveling and I enjoyed it. It does start out like very anime, like very much like a little ridiculous. Like everybody's like, I ask you a question and then you just like stand there and you're all internalizing your thoughts for like a good 20 seconds before you actually give an answer. That I don't know, but it got better and better and better and better. And the fighting was incredible. Interesting. You should ask that. So they asked, did I watch it subbed or dubbed? So I watched the first 6 episodes, not knowing that there was like an English version. And I did switch to the English version. Yes.
Oh yeah. I watched the whole
the
thing
first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's toward the top of my list here. It was fucking incredible. Like I got to a point where I just like had to keep going and keep going and keep going.
How much of it did you watch and how many seasons are there?
I'm completely caught up. It's 2 seasons and I think there's 14 episodes in both seasons. So there's not a crazy amount.
It's a very quick watch.
Solo Leveling.
It is.
I just looked it up. The Google image search shows nothing but like a guy with a bunch of black smoke behind him.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
It is very much like it is. I don't think that the story is as like complex or as in-depth as like My Hero, Ryan. Like it's not quite as like there is like quite a bit of lore to the world, but I don't think that it like spends as much time on like developing necessarily these like very complex character arcs. What it does is every single episode you are going to get an animated fight scene where you just sit back and you go, that was badass. That was the coolest thing ever. And it plays with some elements of like video game leveling and like unlocking skills and unlocking abilities in this very fun way that was just like you said, TJ, you finish an episode and you're like, oh, I got to put the next one on there so quick. Yeah, I know in this next episode, because every single episode I've been getting these crazy, awesome spectacle fight scenes that I just have to get to. Like, I had such a fun time watching it. The
ending, the ending of each episode, like they know how to end it where you're like, God damn, I got to watch another one. Like, you know what I mean?
Very much the Robert Kirkman style of like, we got to give you a cliffhanger on the last page.
And there's a lot of parts where like the mom stuff, like so good. The only thing that I was like, I was loving it, but I was like, if they continued it, because there were some points where it was like everything was just kept going his way, everything. Yeah. And you're like, I was like, is this going to get stale? But I'll just say it doesn't get stale. I don't want to spoil anything though, but they do such a good job with what they do with that. I really enjoyed it.
How good are both of the intro songs too? Like those two are just like, I've got a playlist with those and a bunch of other like the My Hero intros. Like
giving yourself the best shot. And I want the chat to know that I'm literally screenshotting all of the suggestions. So I appreciate that. Check them out.
Of course, I'm saving the chat for sure. But yeah, Solo Leveling is fantastic. That was one of the ones that I was going to talk about. It's a very fun, just like very quick, even though it does have some of those kind of like anime slower pace of like characters in their head talking. I feel like compared to a few other anime that I've watched, like even My Hero, it is much more quick paced than My Hero. Like Ryan can attest to that. Like My Hero is kind of a slow build of like these underdog characters that are like, you get to some of the kind of big, crazier stuff closer to the end of the season. And Solo Leveling just does such a good job of like every episode's going to have some like crazy stuff in it. It does still take a couple of episodes to start, but yeah, fantastic. Who wants to take the next one?
Ryan, what do you like?
I'm still messing with audio stuff. So you go next, Bill.
I'll go again.
Oh wait, no, Bill already went.
Yeah, Wyatt needs to go.
Yeah,
no, I understand, TJ.
Bill already fucking went.
Okay, let me look at what things we.
While you look, I'm going to talk about something else.
Do it, Bill.
No,
you got something you really want to talk about? Let's talk. We'll do a quick one. That's not necessarily like my top half to talk about, but the last like movie that I went to the theaters for at least was Thunderbolts, which I enjoyed a lot. Like I've been very down on MCU stuff. I tried to watch the new Captain America movie on Disney Plus and could not care. And that is coming from somebody who has a Shield replica up on my shelf right there. And it made me sad that I didn't like that movie and didn't want to keep watching it on Disney Plus. And Thunderbolts is the first time that like I felt kind of excited about an MCU movie and like really cared about the characters in a movie that I very much was not asking for and feeling like I really don't feel like I need a movie with these particular characters. And by the end of it, I was so impressed that it feels like one of the first Marvel movies that was trying to be about something more than just like
Chris's
superhero
comment
stuff
right there? Because that's a great fucking comment. So Chris Wise said, Thunderbolts made me forget it was a Marvel movie. Very 100%. Good. Totally agree.
And that I hope is the wake up call to Marvel to like let your directors have a little more creative control and let them take bigger swings and make movies that are about something that don't have to have a big CGI gobbledygook in the third act. You know what I mean? Like let it be more like Thunderbolts. I really enjoyed it. The soundtrack is fantastic. It's so good.
This is in the chat.
My wife.
So
great
Thunderbolts. I'm not big on the MCU. I watch every movie. I watch most of the shows. I think they're all decent. The decent ones are decent. I'll say that. I thought this one was decent. I thought this one was pretty good. And I'm not a big fan of like team up movies and stuff like that. Yeah. I thought they did a good job. I feel like there was one thing that did kind of bother me, and I know I'm going to get roasted for this, but one thing that will make it all better. I just need like in Doomsday or something, and like in Avengers, I just need like Sentry or a character to be like, has anyone tried giving him a hug? Like make a joke of it. Because that was like, are we really just hugging him? Like, I don't know. The ending I thought was just, but the rest of it I thought was great, and I thought Sentry was awesome. But I couldn't stop thinking about Steven Yeun, and Steven Yeun could have killed that role. But
dude, the amount of times that Sentry in that movie says something about feeling invincible or being invincible, I was like, did they write this when Steven Yeun was still cast? It was hard for me to get out of my head during that part. Yeah. Yeah, it was a.
Have you guys noticed that in the new Fantastic Four trailer? There's a quick one where they're trying.
I haven't seen the new trailer, and I don't.
It looks like the thing has a beard, like a Bill style beard.
That. Yeah,
weird, right?
I did. But then I saw somebody respond in the comments being like, "Sometimes the thing has a beard." I'm not a big enough Fantastic Four fan enough.
I mean,
to
if he shaves, if he uses like a chisel or something like that,
first thought was like, in the same way that people talk about how does Superman shave, I was like, how does the Thing shave if he grows a beard? Is it just like a pickaxe that he's like hitting?
Something like that. Yeah.
Bill, what do you got next?
We can talk about DMC. We can talk about Devil May Cry.
Ooh, you're gonna take Devil May Cry. You're gonna take Devil May Cry.
Why can't I take Devil May Cry?
You didn't even. You made fun of me for liking Devil May Cry. No, you brought it up. You brought it up. No.
You up,
no,
TJ.
No, you brought it up.
I made fun of you for liking Devil May Cry. I fucking love Devil May Cry.
Oh, you could beat it in like 5 hours. It's not. It doesn't take 300 hours to beat it.
Talking about the show, you stupid bitch.
Go ahead.
No. I'll talk. You know what? I've done a lot of reading.
I have to let Sam bring this up. To be fair, TJ, Invincible kind of ends with the idea of just giving the Viltrumites up, which I appreciate.
Oh yeah,
I can see that.
In a way.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about Devil May Cry. No. You already brought it up.
I'll talk about Devil May Cry if neither of you are going to.
I thought Devil May Cry was amazing. I thought that that I love the lore of it being like in a real life city, like it being in the real world, because that's the one thing I didn't really like about the games is that like it was kind of ambiguous as like where and when it was like taking place. So the fact that they found like a really nice like, oh, it's in New York or it's like on Earth. Also, they reference Raccoon City in it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah. So it's like a Capcom universe.
There's a Mega Man bobblehead in one of the trucks as well.
I mean, love that. Soundtrack, banging. Fucking
dude, so good.
Second to last episode, banging. Episode 6, with the fucking the rabbits backstory, fucking banging. Like, so good. Ryan, did you watch DMC? Did you watch Devil May Cry?
No, it's on the list. It's high on the list. I just haven't yet.
It needs to be number one on the list. DJ, so I will say that, like, we sometimes, like, typically we'll say like what our absolute favorite thing was. Devil May Cry was my number one. Like, it is by far the best, my favorite thing. I won't say best, but by far my favorite thing that I've watched or read or played or anything since our last episode of other stuff.
I started Devil May Cry for the vibes, for the Limp Bizkit, and like I never thought I would be like vibing out to a Papa Roach scored action sequence in 2025 and just like enjoying that. But then, like you said, Bill, some of the backstory on some of the characters, some of the like big sort of creative swings they take with later episodes made me be like, okay, this show has earned my respect more than just the vibes. You know what I mean? Like, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. As somebody who, like, I have no connection to Devil May Cry either. I have never played
and you don't need one either. That's what's so great about the show.
Dude, what
Sam
they did,
the creator of DMC show seems like a loser. He absolutely is a fucking loser. Like, every interview that he should not be allowed to do.
Adi Shankar?
Yeah.
He's the guy who he's a showrunner for Castlevania, which
was
also fucking amazing.
Funny.
Yeah, I don't.
What they did with the story, like the main villain of this of the first season was not in the game, but he's very similar to another character that's in the game where they went with, and he was like the best. I don't know. He may have been the best part. He may have been the best part is like this character that wasn't even
TJ
in the 100%. Show. And oh God, there's like this one episode. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, that episode, and everybody knows what that episode is because there's one episode that's just fucking incredible. You're gonna know it immediately. Go watch the show, even if you haven't played the games. Like Wyatt never played the games, fucking loved it. Like, please go watch the show. It's so good. The ending took it in a place like knowing the game story, took it into a place where I'm like, oh, that's where they're going. Awesome. Yeah. I'm fucking in.
It's the last fucking 5-minute montage.
I've watched it a million times.
Yeah, dude, they went out with such a bang. Like, they knew how to fucking end this show.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
I watched this shit in like 3 days, if that. Like, I watched it like so quick.
I think I watched the whole thing on the flight to and from C2E2 this year when we all met in Chicago.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to go. Hey, TJ, it's fun. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, Lewis. We got to talk about Andor.
Yeah, we do need to talk about Andor.
Is the headphone still too bad? Like, oh, and there goes TJ now.
No, you said what's going on?
I was joking because you were talking about Andor and I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay.
No. You sound a little skinny, but no, you're good.
Okay. Andor is my favorite Star Wars thing, period.
Yes.
Any of the movies, any of the shows, any of the video games, anything Star Wars related. If you've ever enjoyed a Star Wars movie, even one, you owe it to yourself to watch all of Andor. It is one of the best created television shows, I think, ever.
I would like to add to that, in addition, if you have tried to watch Star Wars things and felt like it's not really for you and doesn't click for you, you should watch Andor. Because this show is... You could strip away all of the things that are Star Wars about it. That is like the frosting on the cake, I would say. But it is a show about fascism, and it is a show about resistances. It is a show about real revolution and like what that would really be like for people and what that has been like, and in very like clear allegories to like the French Revolution and other things like that, and just like commenting on a lot of stuff that's happening in the world today. Like the amount of times that I like ended an episode with just like this deep exhale of being like, man, they really just did that. Like, and I'm thinking about it for the rest of the week, and I can't wait to get to these other episodes. Like, it is so impressive as a show. And even though I love other Star Wars properties and like I might prefer like the more mystical side of things with Star Wars in some ways, it's impossible to even argue that there is something that anything is better than Andor from a pure like quality and storytelling perspective.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I know people didn't like the first couple episodes of season 1. I personally did. I thought it was still fascinating and really interesting. It goes away like by episode 3 at the very earliest. Yeah. There's no way you can't be hooked by then. Like, it's so brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah.
So agreed. Rogue One is probably my favorite Star Wars movie. Like next to Empire. Next to Empire Strikes Back. Like, I understand.
But listen. I loved Rogue One, and then I went to watch Rogue One after watching all of Andor, and I'm like, oh man, Andor almost ruined Rogue One because of how good Andor is.
Andor is
I'm
so
telling
much
you, Bill, if you loved Rogue One, Andor is like so much that, but way better.
I started Andor, and it was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend for 4 hours, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, what? This doesn't have anything to do with the Resistance.
Same. Dude, I tried, you guys, because I've watched the other ones. I watched Ahsoka. I enjoyed it. I loved Kenobi. I thought that was really, really good. I understand. I hear what everyone says about it. I hear that it's like someone said, compared it to Penguin. It's very much like it's the HBO. HBO does Star Wars. It's the like it's Star Wars goes to the Oscars.
How many episodes of The Great do you need to get through? Those are hour-long episodes. At least 3 or 4.
How I couldn't even concentrate on it. Like, I had to do something else because the first episode was so painstakingly boring. Like,
Matt Black is saying the first 3 episodes suck. Like, 3 episodes out of 8?
And then he also said, like, exactly.
I was expecting that to happen. I was expecting that to be someone's homework for me.
But again, like we have said all the time that, like, you know, with Invincible, you got to get through a few issues before like a big thing happens, and then you start to like that's the same sort of mentality that, yes, it may feel like a show that you can't really necessarily like really grasp at first of like why it's great. There is a chunk of episodes in the first season that has to do with a prison that is like
there's a prison.
I just think about it.
Well, fucking
and
that's all you had to say.
Years ago, I think about the ending of that sort of arc of episodes, and I start to tear up a little bit because of like how special it is. It is such a like it's amazing that we still got Star Wars that is this good, because it sort of felt like we're getting Star Wars that is just different now, and you can like it for what it is. But this was like this is one of the best shows on TV, and it just happens to be a Star Wars show.
Mm-hmm. How associated is Gareth Edwards? Because he's the one who directed. Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. He's not really involved in it.
Because he directed the new Jurassic World, and I am hearing things, and I was pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of positive.
I stopped watching trailers. I'm the guy who, but everything looked awesome on it, so I'm trying to stay away from it. But I mean, if someone is,
I know he's not really involved in Andor. It's mostly Tony Gilroy is the showrunner, and especially seeing Tony Gilroy in interviews. I remember I saw a clip of him recently where he talked about how there were times during COVID that he thought the show wasn't going to get made and that he was going to have to just walk away from it. And that what kept him going was knowing that no one in the world will ever get the budget and the amount of spotlight that this show will get who wants to tell a story about fascism and about authoritarianism, and that he has an opportunity to tell that story and have more people see it than ever would if it were just a story about those things, because it's a Star Wars show.
I know
Star Wars was his back door into getting to tell this story about authoritarianism and fascism and revolutions. And it's such a good, like, that's what it is. I don't love it because it's a Star Wars show. There are Star Wars things in it that are great. I love it because of how seriously it talks about those things.
And I know we've thrown out like HBO and everything like that, but honestly, I got a lot of the same vibes as like watching a Breaking Bad episode with the intensity and the connection and the characters and the way it explodes. Like,
and the fact that like it's incredible that there are a lot of the Star Wars shows recently with Mandalorian and even with Kenobi, which I agree, TJ, I loved the Kenobi show, but there's moments where you go, oh, they're on the volume right now, and they're not on a real set, and it feels a little phony and a little bit fake. Mm-hmm. And this show never feels like that. It is on real sets. It is on like there's scenes where Andor will walk into like a grocery store on a Coruscant style planet, and the shelves are stocked full of stuff that they created for, like Tony Gilroy talked about how like this show, we did not want to skimp on anything. We want it to really feel like a real lived in world. And the sets and the costume designs for Mon Mothma and other characters, like it is such a step above everything else that Star Wars fans are getting currently, that it's like, that is why you hear people talk about Andor so much, because they want all the people who complain about how Star Wars is to just be like, no, but look, like we have this precious thing. Like we have to like tell everyone this is great because we want more of this. Like it's so good.
Do you guys think that there needs to be a breaking point between, or like someone needs to stop the whole get through the first 3 episodes? Like if this show is so good,
honestly, I don't think it's
it wanted to be this good, then why?
Maybe I'm talking before I'm thinking it through, but like part of me thinks that it's mostly just because we are all so busy and overwhelmed. We have just a constant amount of media and content to watch always. And we're always so busy that if something doesn't hook you, just look at the way everything is handled these days. Like people need to be hooked so quickly now that I don't think that's that big of a deal. Like, honestly, I thought the first episode was great. It didn't bother me, but like these days, if something doesn't hook you, Bill, you more than anybody, like to finish something that you're not like absolutely in love with takes a lot, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And it's because you have a million other things to do and play and watch and listen to. Like that's just the way it is. So if something doesn't hook you right away, so it's not so much, hey, the beginning is bad.
It's my fault. No. It's not the show's fault.
No, it's not. It's just that it is that difficult to hook people that way. And I think this is a slow story. It is a way of they do ease into it. And it's not every story should be forced into like hitting hard and fast and hooking you. Like that's just the way the story is told. And I think that's just it's more difficult.
It's a much more subtle story that I think builds to what we know is Rogue One. Like that movie is very big in what all of the characters are doing, and this is a little bit more subtle at first, but not so much after.
I mean, people are saying that it's like Matt said that it's slow. Dude, I'll always bring it back to this. One of my favorite movies is The King's Speech. It's not about the pace of the movie. Like, I love fucking Blade Runner 2049, one of my favorite things of all time.
I was about to call out Blade Runner. Yeah.
That is not a quick movie. You know what I mean? It's about like, are you showing me something that is interesting? Are you showing something that is like,
but I think you're
to move on.
I think that you tend to you think action is the same as pace. It's not. The King's Speech has great pacing, but there's no action in it. I don't know. I don't think there's. I think The King's Speech is a poor example because I think that it's a great example. Hooks you. I think King's Speech hooks you from beginning to end, and you're constantly there.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's no spaceships in it going bang bang or stormtroopers.
That's action. That's different. Of course not.
Bill, in the same way that Bill, you like Blade Runner, partially for its sci-fi and like the action and stuff like that happens, but also because it's about something. It's trying to make a statement about something. And I think if you go into Andor knowing that that's what it is, that it is not really a Star Wars show. It is going to be where you live with this character who is in some awful situations and keeps getting into awful situations and has to find his way out of it and try to make the best choices he can. And just know that, like, I'm going to go and live with this character for a while and see where he goes. I think that you would find more joy out of it, just because I do think comparing it to like getting into a Star Wars thing, it's not hooking you in the same way that like a big budget action thing would.
I will watch it probably. So
okay,
what's Bill? Next? I think it's your turn to give us something new because I think we've all gone now.
I talked
once.
About DMC. I think TJ's next.
Oh yeah, TJ, you can go next.
Oh yeah, you took.
I said one. DMC, and then you talked about
because you did Expedition 33 and then DMC. So TJ, you can go next.
What am I gonna do next?
Take it again.
All right. Okay. So, like I said, I take notes like starting immediately, and the day after we recorded our last episode of the Other Stuff show, literally the next day, I went and saw a movie, and I thought it was awesome. It was definitely a surprise, and I think everybody should watch it. It's a biopic musical called Better Man.
Oh, you fucking asshole!
What?
Okay, fine. Fine. Fine.
What?
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Talk about Better Man.
What?
Go ahead. Talk about fucking Better Man.
It wasn't even on your list, I bet. It was so long ago. But yeah, Better Man did surprise us. Bill and I went and saw it in theaters, and
it was good.
It was one of those things where we walked out of the theater and we were like, did we like it? I don't know. And then like we were standing by our cars and we were like, it a lot of it was very like, yes, the monkey movie.
It is the monkey movie.
A lot of it, because it's a biopic based on
Robbie Williams.
Williams, thank you. And we never knew who Robbie Williams was.
That's why
he's very big. So, but we were talking about it. We're like, a lot of it had like, it was very like typical biopic. It had all the same tropes, but there was just, the more we talked about it, we realized there was just something that really set it apart. And it's not the fact that he's a monkey. Like that really wasn't it. Just, I don't know. There was like a lot of heart in it. The choreography was awesome.
Great.
Liked it a lot.
I think something we talked about, Rock DJ, like, please.
So many of the sequences.
Remy, like, knows all the words to all of it because it's just nonstop playing in my car. But the fact that he was a monkey, like, took away, like, you didn't have to, like, Rocket Man is amazing. You know what I mean? It's amazing. And Taron Egerton is great. But you're always like, wow, isn't Taron Egerton doing such a great job? And, oh, look, now he's losing more hair because he's getting older. This, like, took it away.
He's still attractive.
It's the monkey.
No, Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton could be bald. I wouldn't care.
So the monkey took away that whole distracted thing. Ironically enough, it's a big CG monkey where you're not worried about who it is. Like you're literally just, this is Robbie Williams. And I fucking love that movie. I watched it 3 times. I tried to get Ryan to go with me. I was like, Ryan, please go to the theaters with me to go see it. Please, God. I saw it 3 times in theaters, and it's fantastic. If you have not seen it and you like musicals, it's great. Yeah. It's great.
I love that, like, as a testament to how much Bill really loved that movie. That was like the first thing you asked Kirkman when we had him on the podcast.
When we finished recording on the podcast.
Have you seen Better Man? Kirkman's just like, is that the monkey one?
Oh, the monkey?
I couldn't stop laughing. It's like, here we are. Ask Robert Kirkman anything you want, Bill. You seen that monkey movie? It's real good.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's what happened when we finished recording.
Yeah, I agree. It was great. I really enjoyed it, and I was surprised by it because I sometimes have a hard time with musicals and don't necessarily vibe with them always, but I really, really enjoyed it. It was fun.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll go next then, since TJ went and took my thing that I didn't know.
No, it's my turn, Bill, because you've done 2.
That's fair.
TJ did 2.
That's also fair.
And then I do 1, and then Ryan does 1, and then
I mean, Andor took up 4 fucking hours.
It's Bill. Now it's Bill, TJ, me, and then Ryan. I'll do a quick one because I don't know if anybody has seen this movie, but I watched a movie recently. I think I had watched it actually just before we did our other stuff show in January, but I watched it again recently. It's a movie called Sing Sing that is on HBO Max right now. It got a lot of buzz around like Oscar time. It is Coleman Domingo is the lead in it. And it is a movie about a prison. Bill, you should be interested. It's a movie about a prison. Very like kind of Shawshank vibes here, where it's about people that are locked up in this prison that's called the Sing Sing Penitentiary. Mm-hmm. And it's a prison that has a theater arts program. And it's about a bunch of the inmates participating in performing plays and stuff like that. And it is one of my favorite movies that I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
It is so emotional. It is I feel like the message of it is such a heartfelt, but also heartbreaking throughout the movie. It has I feel like it has a lot to say about just our prison system in general. It has a lot to say about the arts and what the arts means to people and the power of the arts. I love that movie so much. I highly recommend it to anybody. I think it's on Mac for free.
I can't stop thinking about the end of The Producers, because the musical that they do takes place in Sing Sing.
Yeah.
What is The Producers? Do I know The Producers?
You don't know The Producers?
I don't think I do.
Mel Brooks?
I want to be a producer.
Really?
I
don't think I've ever seen it. No.
Oh my God.
It's not great.
It's fucking amazing. Producers is great. Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Dude, it's great. It's awesome.
But yes,
Nicole, I'm going to text it to Katie right now.
Sing Sing, definitely not a Mel Brooks joint. Not this movie that I'm talking about. Definitely a little more serious, a little more dramatic. But I love the characters in it. The performances in it are some of the best. I think Coleman Domingo is just hands down one of the best actors that is working right now. He's in a few other things that I may talk about later as well. But he's fantastic.
Who is this guy?
Very much. Trying to think what you would have seen him in. I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit later probably too. But he was in the new animated Spider-Man show where he played Norman Osborn as well.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. But yeah, very, very good. Highly recommend it. Like I said, I watched it way back in January, and then just recently saw that it was on Max for free to watch, and watched it all over again and got even more out of it for the second time and was blown away. It's so good.
Awesome.
Ryan, you're up.
This should be pretty quick. I think, I got 3 big video games that I want to talk about. We already talked about one. The other one we're definitely going to talk about. But real quick, Split Fiction was some of the most fun I've had in playing a video game in a long time, just from a sheer experience side of things. What you're doing and what you're witnessing on the screen was so awesome. And it was a blast. It was a blast to play. I'd highly recommend that to anyone. Especially you can buy it once and play it with somebody else and they don't have to pay for it type thing. It was just crazy. It was so much fun. That studio is amazing.
Ryan and I played that one together, and the number of times that like we would just be like, are they really doing this? And then they would do something gameplay wise and visual wise. We're just like, oh my God, I cannot believe how crazy this is and how like inventive
how tight
this is
the gameplay
and how
was
like,
too.
Did you guys
suddenly we're playing this type of game.
Did you guys fight at all?
I don't know that we necessarily fought. There were times where we were like, why isn't this working? And they're like, one of us would be in on it a little more than the other and be like, no, you have to.
No,
like, you have to do this.
Okay.
I think we both have a similar mindset though when playing that kind of game. Like we're at the same level, so we're both. I think we did pretty good, but it was a lot of fun.
Congruently, is that the right word? Congruently, I was playing with Remy.
Oh yeah,
as you guys were
concurrently.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So me and my 10-year-old daughter were playing it, and it is a hard video game. And I think it's like realistically, it's the first video game that she ever played, and it brought us like it did something to.
you guys would have to like stop. And, like,
we would
like, not talk to each other.
We learned so the first time that we ended up hating each other, we like fought for a while, and then we learned throughout the game. We were like, I would look at her, I'm like, do we need to stop? And she was like, we need to stop. Like, because we were starting to hate each other. So then before we would start fighting, we'd put the controllers down, we'd give it an hour, and then we'd come back to it and we'd crush it. And it was so awesome. And now every time, like I'm playing something, Remy's like, is that 2-player? Is there a 2-player thing?
Yeah.
And I just showed her the Little Nightmares 3, which sucks because it's not local. It's only online. So, but she played Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and that's going to be fun.
You know what I just learned, Bill, is going to be couch co-op, because I know that that's like rare nowadays. Borderlands 4 is apparently going to have couch co-op. I know that might be a little more complex in terms of like pointing and shooting, like FPS type gameplay, but I'm excited because Nicole and I played, I want to say like Borderlands, the pre-sequel together. Way back in the day, we had both had it on PC and had like separate PCs in the other room. We'd be like shouting to each other. So I'm excited for that to come out and do some more couch co-op.
Sorry, Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole did say she was supposed to play Split Fiction with me, but I played with Ryan instead.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that you can't really like. Unless you're gonna play dumb, like I don't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of breaks it. But is it my turn?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'll be quick. I read a lot more than I ever used to. So a lot of the things that I want to talk about are books. I'll talk about 2 really quick. Dungeon Crawler Carl, fantastic. Like if you guys, audio is the way to go. It's fabulous. It's great.
I read the first like 2 pages in the bookstore like a week ago.
And
I didn't keep going, but I like tried it. There's other books that you're telling me to go and read. So I knew I was doing that.
Bill and I listened to that book, half the book, on our way back from C2E2. I don't know. I couldn't really get into it. Wasn't really for me. But Wyatt, I do think that you would like it.
Yeah, and I'm some other things have taken my attention a little bit. But I am most of the way through book 3, and it is still just fucking trucking along. So
nice.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. I think like
how many books are 8 in the series? 8. Nice.
8. Yeah. But yeah, that's great. Me and TJ in our little book club, we just finished Dark Matter.
Hell yeah, dude! That was like another one that's at the top of my list.
Yeah, so
that
Liz
book is so good.
Yeah, Liz just finished it too, and it's a show on Apple TV, I believe.
Yeah.
But
we haven't seen that. We haven't looked at that.
Yeah, we haven't seen that at all. But yeah, Dark Matter is quick. It's a short read, and it's like multiverse stuff, and it fucks with your mind in certain aspects. But it was very, very good, very strong book.
Dude, I'm like Ryan. Honestly, Wyatt, both of you would fucking love this book.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And then another book,
like it needs to be someone's fucking homework.
Someone
is reading this goddamn book.
Is this one here? It's called Paradise 1, and it is fucking phenomenal. It is that big.
Jesus.
And I can't stop. It's so fast. The chapters are like 4 pages long. It's just every chapter that's 4 pages long ends on a fucking banger. Like, what the fuck? And then you have to keep going. I cannot I cannot like express how much I fucking love this book. Paradise One is so great.
Bill, unsurprisingly, maybe to Ryan and TJ, Bill broke the rules. And he called me and told me, Wyatt, your homework's going to be Paradise.
I already told him it's his homework. So
start reading.
So start now.
I have not read a bunch. I read the first 4 chapters. So in your description, it's like reading 1 chapter, basically, because they're pretty short. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, and I'm excited to keep listening to it. It's another one of those ones where like I started with the audiobook and I've been listening to it like as I go on a walk around the neighborhood in the morning to like get a little exercise since I'm on summer break now. And it like there were some parts that it's not getting creepy or anything yet, but I can tell it's a book that's going to have like some tension in it that like just kind of made me a little paranoid. But the sort of mystery that it sets up in the first few chapters, I am interested in, and it does sound really fun. Like it almost does feel like it's in a similar universe to like The Expanse and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, like that's the thing.
Solar system that is populated, and yeah, I'm very, very curious to keep going with it.
Yes, very good. I'm glad. That's me. That's my turn.
TJ, I think you're next.
All right, let's get to some let's talk The Last of Us. All right. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, the thumbnail.
I watched 2 episodes.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
you haven't finished?
You're not caught up? What the fuck, Ryan?
Ryan.
I mean, it wasn't anybody's homework.
Ryan, just stop there, dude. Just stop there.
I think I'm going to
play season 2. Play part 2 again.
I love the game. And the show was fine. It's not. I don't feel like I need to watch it. I thought it was fine.
I mean, that's.
I hold the second game, like to the point we were making earlier when we were talking about Expedition 33. I was going back in my head, being like, how many games is Expedition 33 better than? And I stopped at 2020, being like, The Last of Us Part 2 is a masterpiece, and it's one of my favorite games of all time because of what it does 100%. Mechanically as a video game, and
the way
there are certain things, and the unfolding of information and the way they do it. I hold that very sacredly. I think maybe more so than I should, but that really did kind of detract from how I felt about this season. And I do think that at the end of season 3 or 4 or however many seasons it takes them to tell the whole story of that game, if I got all of it right now, I think I might still really love it. But the fact that we're getting 7 episodes of this game and then we're stopping and being like, we haven't even started filming the next one, you'll get it in another year,
and also there's going to be a season 3
and that probably won't even finish the actual story. Was like,
that was
such a like, it just bummed me out so hard that like I love talking to my parents about it, because my parents obviously never played the games. They're getting to kind of experience this story that they've heard me even talk about, and like they were still excited. But the ending just kind of left them being like, okay, so there wasn't really any resolution to, and I was like, and I had to be like, and when we start up, it's still going to be a while before you really get the answers that you want to have answered. I was more bummed out than I would have liked to be. That said, still some really incredible performances. There are some scenes with Bella Ramsey, and there are even some additions that are new stuff. That is some of the best stuff in the show, but it still just leaves me bummed.
The quality does continue. Like if somebody hadn't played the game part 2 and said that they loved the show, I don't think they'd be wrong. But like, why? More to your point, like playing the game ruined us, and that I'm saying that because like. If you haven't played the game, watch the show. I do think that you would like it. And it sucks that our opinion of the game has to affect our opinion of the show. And because I normally hate it when people do that, but like that game is it honestly, story wise, might be the best game I've ever played. Story wise, like it really was just a perfect game. And just where they left Ellie, the character that she had become versus what she should be from the game, like dude, that finale, what like I'm gonna get hype right now because like that irritates
so
the shit out of me.
the more time I when I was watching it, I was Last of Us mode. I'm like, this is great. I fucking love it. Like, didn't really care for that episode so much, but I fucking love this part.
Yeah.
I read something somewhere that said it worked for a video game because you got to continue to play it right away. So that like jarring moment wasn't what it's going to be in the show. The show, it needed to continue. Like, why would you stop? Just keep fucking filming, make it a long ass fucking thing, and stop trying to milk it for what it is, because it's not going to work.
I do think that there is, in the same way that we've talked about how, like, if somebody was to discover Invincible right now, they're going to watch all 3 seasons back to back, and it will be just this like crazy complete thing, in the same way that the comic sort of feels that way now. And I hope that by the time they finish the story of part 2, it still feels like this thing that you can watch the entirety of and feel the same kind of emotional weight that you feel in the game. Because like there are, like I said, performances, and there is ideas that they explore in the show that I think are really well done. And it's obviously a ton of really talented people working on it. I just think that the structure of how they're rolling it out and the actual changes of how they're kind of telling the audience information it feels very deflating to me, and just leaves me kind of apathetic towards it. Hopefully I feel differently after future seasons come out and they complete the story. But yeah, honestly, Ryan, I my advice would be not to never watch it again, but wait until they finish.
There are just so many other things. I would rather watch Devil May Cry. I would rather watch My Hero Academia. I'm not going to do it. Honestly, you reminded me.
Episode 6 was great.
Yeah, you reminded me though that it was the announcement that they will probably do a season 4. That I was like, I'm not going to keep watching. I'm going to stop here, stick with what I got, and I'll come back someday if it's worth it.
Yeah. So Amanda agrees with you. Pudge agrees with you that Ellie is softer in the show. And that,
but hey, if they're trying to make it into this 10-season thing or whatever it's going to be, then maybe that's what they want to do.
But the point that they, not to spoil anything for you, Ryan, even though you played the fucking game, like where they left off, Ellie was like a heartless fucking murderous bitch. And at this point, she's not that, man. She's not I don't believe that she's
the baby. It's her main character. Like, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah,
you have to do it.
All
right. What's next?
Right. So mine's going to be kind of a bunch of Orion stuff. So bear with me. A bunch of board games I've played lately that were awesome. Arcs is a really cool board game that is just one of the craziest board games I've ever played in my life, that has like a million different mechanisms that all work really, really well. And it's so hard to describe, but it worked really, really well, and that was a ton of fun. The Metal Gear board game was really great and a lot of fun, and felt exactly like the video game, which was really cool. Playing through right now, Bill and I are playing through Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, which is a lot of fun. Just like a mini version of Gloomhaven. I painted all of Nemesis, so we've been playing. Well, we need to do another playthrough of Nemesis, especially when you come up wide, because Nemesis is a ton of fun, and it feels like Alien, like as a board game.
Yeah, that was last time I came up. That was one of the ones that was like on our list that we just never got to. I know. I remember you guys mentioning it.
And like having it all painted now is really cool looking.
Ryan, how many years have you played Gloomhaven?
Matt, you're in chat. How long, or John, how long have we been playing?
Years, multiple years. And every time Mark might not be able to be in, like maybe we can get TJ in, maybe we can. And I've been waiting for my opportunity. Now you're playing with Bill one-on-one.
You've never sat in on Gloomhaven before?
No.
Because you did years ago. Yeah, you did.
Started December 2018.
Yeah.
I've never sat in on a single Gloomhaven.
Not played, but you've watched.
Never.
You've definitely been over. All right. Well, I was going to tell you.
TJ, you wouldn't like it. TJ, you would hate it.
I don't know.
Bill, stop telling TJ he's going to hate things. Let TJ like things.
So, and then the last thing, non-board game. What's something you do like, TJ? I want to talk about the candy of the episode. So, I'm not crazy about. I mean, Jolly Ranchers are good.
Oh my God.
They're fine. Very particular about which Jolly Ranchers, but I'm not a hard candy kind of guy. I like gummies.
I fucking love this segment. It's because it's so serious.
So
you have such good notes on candy. I love it.
So I saw that Jolly Rancher came out with gummies, And so there's multiple versions of these now, because of course when they come out, they're going to be like, oh, here's all these different ones. So there's plain Jolly Rancher gummies, which I tried, and they were not that great. I just wanted, not those. Those are the Jolly Rancher gummy sours. So I've tried the Jolly Rancher gummies, which are not sour, and they just kind of tasted like really bland versions of Jolly Ranchers. I would just rather have the Jolly Rancher.
I actually love those. And I didn't really care for the sour ones.
So I was going to ask you what you thought of the sour ones, because those ones I haven't tried.
I think they're fine, but okay. Go. I think
so.
They're
what
okay.
I did get though, was the sours, and I thought it was just the normal version, but they were like the orchard mix. TJ, show the camera. I dropped this off so TJ could try them. So this was just very serious.
An orchard mix.
So it is not just the like normal Jolly Rancher sours. It is a certain group of flavors, right? So this one is like peach, tangerine, pomegranate, cherry, and like apple or something. These were so TJ. I want you to try them. They are
I haven't tried them
so intense, like the flavor, especially the tangerine. Start with that one. It is like eating a like one of the cutie oranges or whatever. They're so intense in the flavor, and actually very sour. A lot of sour gummies are like not actually that sour. I thought these were pretty sour.
We're now a channel where you have to eat things live on camera. We established that.
Assuming that's the tangerine.
Battle Beast live stream. Yeah. We need a review out of 10.
Because TJ, you eat a lot of gummies too, so you're not
gonna like it, TJ. You're not gonna like it. Spit it out. You're not gonna like it. You don't like it right now.
The peach is really good too.
You waited to see my reaction.
Bill's like, that candy's turn-based. You're not gonna like it.
Whatever this one is.
That's the pomegranate. Pomegranate was pretty good.
Pomegranate, very good. Very good.
Do you like peach things? Because the peach one was very intense.
Can you get real close to the mic, TJ? TJ.
Yeah. John would like.
People want ASMR. I'm grossed out. Nope, you're done. You're done. Mute his mic. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. I'm glad we tried it.
The purple one.
That's the pomegranate one.
Oh, then what did I have before that?
You grabbed the same thing twice. Red. Yeah, there's only one dark red, and then there's cherry and apple, which are both red.
The cherry, I think, is what I just had.
Oh, okay. It tasted like a Ludens, like a cough drop.
Pomegranate one. This is a weird take, but if you were to give me the pomegranate one and say this is a wine flavored like sour gummy, I wouldn't question it. Yeah.
So yeah, good. I thought they were pretty good. Yeah.
You know what? Nicole just asked about what is candy I want to grab a pizza. So Ryan found this place called Garfello's near his house, and I have eaten this pizza.
TJ, this is within your distance too. You should get this pizza. It is so good.
TJ, best fucking pizza. Dude, I eat it once a week. I'm not even kidding.
Great wings too.
All right. Next time I'm in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, Wyatt, 100%, dude. So good.
I think it is my turn to go next. There's a few different ways I can go. Do I go with one that I know?
TJ's not going to like the pizza.
TJ, you're not going to like it. It's turn-based.
Nicole, that was the Jolly Rancher sour gummies, specifically the orchard mix.
Yes, orchard, very specific. I'll go with one that I know that Bill can jump on a little bit, even though it's early, really, for us to talk about, because it technically just came out on Tuesday of this week, since we're recording on Friday, is Death Stranding 2, on the beach, which my history with Death Stranding, I love Kojima, like I love all the Metal Gear Solid games. They're some of my favorite games of all time. And the first Death Stranding came out and had kind of mixed reviews, and I waited to try it out until after the director's cut had came out, and then Bill talked about enjoying it a lot. And I played the director's cut for probably 10-ish hours, maybe a little more than that. And the game was frustrating enough that I didn't keep coming back to actually finish it, because I loved what it was doing with the story. I loved how kind of weird and Kojima it was. And I loved how much it actually did make sense as I was playing it. Like, so much of that game, I think, in marketing gets the kind of the rap of just being a weird Kojima game where things are weird for weird's sake. And there is enough lore there that if you like take the time and like pay close attention to what's happening, it does all make sense. And I wanted to spend more time in that world. I just found the gameplay of the first game to be just frustrating enough that I was like, oh, I could play it again. But I was right in this middle spot, and I'm kind of frustrated about having to go up this hill or whatever, and it just didn't click for me. This game, I love Death Stranding 2. They give you so much right away to kind of mitigate any of the things that I found sort of frustrating in the first game. It is still a delivery simulator a lot of the times where you are getting packages and you're having to figure out how to like organize them on your suit and on your backpack and make sure that you can actually transfer them safely. And that is kind of the more chill vibes of it. Like they have a music player in the game where you can also just like have a playlist going as you're like, you know, riding a little like tricycle through this like beautiful landscape. And dude, that part of it is very chill and relaxing.
Yeah.
And the story is really great and Kojima and very interesting and where it's going.
Yeah. Again, Ryan, you said Alien Isolation is all about like the vibe and the tone. Like that's
that atmosphere.
That's what Death Stranding is. Like when it fucking nails it, it fucking nails it. Like it was at night. There's a day and night sequence now, which is super fun. But I was going up to this mountaintop and I was just standing there watching shooting stars in real time. Like, and the galaxy, like the
Milky Way
galaxy. And I text Wyatt and I'm like, dude, I'm just like, I'm high and vibing out. And this is it. Like, this is the experience.
It is graphically one of the prettiest games I've ever played. And I'm on base PS5. Like it's not the very opening sequence of it when they do just some environmental shots.
I thought it was
like,
real.
Weird. That's weird of Kojima to be putting like live action sequences before we cut to the gameplay. And then I just saw Norman Reedus with his little like, baby.
Start walking.
Like, no, this isn't a real like game. There's no way this is graphics running on my PS5 right now. And that becomes like part of the appeal that like I told Bill before we started that yesterday I played like through a majority of the day. Again, I'm on summer vacation and I did one story mission and the rest of it I was just like, I want to build this road up and I want to walk over here and like look at the lighting as it's raining and like make my way up this mountaintop and look at all the views. And like it's a very chill, relaxing game that you could even like do a bunch of that and put a podcast on and listen to it while you're just like experiencing these like really beautiful vistas. Or it could be a game that you can kind of mainline story and get all the crazy weird Kojima stuff, which I also love. So like when I'm in the mood for that, go after like the story missions. I'm loving it so far. I hope they stick the landing as much as they've stuck kind of like how good the beginning is.
I've heard I have heard that people like love the story of this one. So
yeah.
Which is what a lot of people complain about the first game. Like you have to do a lot of the side stuff and you have to like really dig into the game to understand the lore. And this one is much more forgiving. There's a character in it that is a famous director, and I'm not going to like.
There's so many.
And when it happened,
that's just like, what Kojima does.
Yeah.
You want me to? I'm just gonna say it because who's gonna? George fucking Miller is a character. George Miller.
Yeah.
Of Mad Max.
Yeah.
Bill, I'll also, you probably haven't met this person, but Mike Flanagan and his wife are also cameos in this game.
Get the fuck out of my whole life right now. I didn't get to that.
It's so good. It's so they're again small characters that you see in the
I'm sure they're just like quick, a little like, you know, probably the
Kojima does a bunch of that stuff. But yeah, it's just I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a very, very good game. Highly recommend, even if number 1 didn't vibe with you.
Yeah, for sure. In the same realm of that, Alan Wake 2 I played, and I fucking loved it. And I did not like Alan Wake 1. Alan Wake 2, I think, is a phenomenal game. So, let's leave it at that.
Who's next? I think, Bill, you would be next.
Yeah, Bill.
Man, how long have we been doing this for? Almost 2 hours? I mean, I guess I'll talk about...
I could probably, just putting this out there, when it's my turn again, I will be able to just shout out a couple things, and then we still have to assign homework. So I'm
True.
Bro,
I know TJ, you can go 4 more hours. I know.
Like I have like must talk about things.
Oh, I want to talk about one thing.
If you spent 5 minutes talking about each of your things, TJ, how long would it take?
We'd be here for a while.
We don't have that much time.
You just listen off. Yeah, we don't have that much time. So I'm going to say one thing.
We talked 2 hours about Andor.
TJ, you were the one who was pushing back when I was like, let's do it quarterly. Let's do it.
Chris Wise read and loved Day by Day Armageddon. And we have been talking about it.
Great.
Yeah, we talked
Day
about it
by Day is incredible. Stop at the first book.
No, stop
Day by Day
doing
Armageddon is
TJ's
one of
hating.
the best.
The second one was fine.
Second one was great.
The second one is atrocious.
No,
I never
third
read
one.
ending.
Dude,
the ending of the second one is the second one was boring as shit. The ending was atrocious. I don't know. Day by Day Armageddon, one of the best books I've ever read. The second one, the writing style, they don't do that anymore. The thing that makes Armageddon great,
yes, they do.
They don't.
The second one is a journal entry. It's the third.
I know
book
it is, but they
don't.
They don't do it in the same way.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Good.
Chris, talk in the text of what you thought of the sequel so far, and we'll move on. TJ, go ahead. Go. Oh, we got to talk about fucking Predator, Killer of Killers, right?
I was surprised you hadn't brought that up.
They just keep coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, movie of the year probably for me. Yeah. A lot of people are hating on the third sequence, the plane World War II. I think that after watching it multiple times, that one is super fucking thrilling and fantastic. Mm-hmm. I love the fourth act, and I cannot fucking wait for Badlands. I cannot wait. Yeah. Most anticipated movie. Can't wait.
It is easily the best thing that has come out of the Predator franchise for me. Like, I loved Prey. I think Prey is very, very good. I like the original Predator a lot as well as the, just kind of cheesy action movie that it is. But this one is so impressive, just from the animation looking gorgeous, from the artistic takes on the second story as well, is so great. Oh my God, that would be
so great. That's awesome. God
that's
damn
very
it.
Cool. But yeah, it's fantastic. And the way that it does tease ways that they could expand the Predator franchise in the future with the end of Killer of Killers is just, I've never been more excited about the future of that franchise. And I hope that it seems like they are, because we're getting both the live action and this animated thing from the same director. I hope that they do just fully hand the keys over to him and be like, you make as many things as you want, and you are in charge of this franchise. So, you are the Kevin Feige of Predator.
In an interview, he said, Dan Trachtenberg, I think is his name, who did Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane,
and Prey,
and he did Prey. Obviously, he said that there's 3 things that he's currently working on. That Killer of Killers was number 1, Predator Badlands is number 2, and then he says, and then there's a third thing. So I am hoping that it's a legit Alien vs. Predator movie. I can't see how it can't be, but I'm also cool with there never really being an Alien vs. Predator movie and them just meshing the universes together. I think that works.
Yeah,
I agree. I would honestly I would like something almost more akin to a Prometheus that is set in this universe that maybe pulls elements from both universes.
Yeah,
well, that's kind of like what the new Predator.
Feel the need to be a Predator or an Alien movie.
Like the upcoming Predator movie, it looks like it could just be in the universe, and that's it.
Yeah. There's just Weyland-Yutani. Is the poster that I'm seeing real, where he's wearing her on his back and she's cut in half?
I haven't seen cut in half. I haven't seen cut in half, but I have seen a shot that looks like he's wearing her in a backpack. But I thought that was just that you couldn't really see her legs. So
okay,
I might have just not seen it. TJ, your turn, I think.
Why? Just fire them off, bro. Fire them off.
Why we need to talk
I think
about...
you can still do a big one.
All right,
what
I'm going to do a big one then. No, I'm going to skip that then.
Okay.
Still a me and you thing, though. Recommended by our Lord and Savior, Robert Kirkman. Common Side Effects is my number 2. That is after Devil May Cry for me. It's just one season. It is animated. It is incredible. It is by far my number 2. Like, I was obsessed with it.
Same studio that did Scavenger's Reign for in terms of aesthetic and
really. Oh yeah, it was.
It is. Yeah.
I still haven't watched that, but I saw Sam bring it up. We have all watched Scavenger's Reign, right?
Yeah, we did.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we all loved it.
Bill, did you not watch it?
I haven't finished it. I got a big chunk of it.
Oh, you did start it, so you Bill watched it.
Yeah.
Common side effects. Bill, that is the one that you saw the scene of jumping into the line, and him in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
The thing is with this though is it's not a comedy. It's very much framed like a comedy, and it's animated, so you think it's a comedy. This is as much of a comedy as Breaking Bad is a comedy, and there are comedic moments in Breaking Bad, but I would put it on the same scale. This show is like intense, and it's just like craziness, and it's like has to do with like drugs and stuff too. It was so good, and I cannot wait for like season 2 and when that comes out. So that's honestly my number 2.
In the same way that Scavenger's Reign had like some things that were so intense that it kind of made you slightly uncomfortable, there are moments like later on in this season that happened that I was just like, what am I watching right now? Like it is such an impressive show, and I think it does get a little bit written off as just like that clip gets shared of like the character dancing, and you think of it as just like this zany Adult Swim comedy, and it is very much not that. It is the show that I would relate most to Breaking Bad compared to any other show that has come out since Breaking Bad. Like it has that same kind of tone and vibe where these characters are maybe trying to do the right thing or trying to do questionable things, and they keep ending up in these situations that feel like it's impossible for them to get out of, and that the whole world is kind of closing in on them, and it's just so good. I was really excited to see that they greenlit that for a second season, for sure.
Wow, cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I'll do one more before Ryan does his like shotgun.
I don't know. I've got one more big one. Like big-ish. I'm just saying, like just 2 hours. We can start thinking about it. Blueprints. I mean, is one of my favorite video games. I mean, easily of the year. It's up there though. It's just been such a fun experience. Not since I didn't play through much of Myst when I was a kid, but like having that feeling of just like an escape room, and also mixing it with the, not Metroidvania, but the Souls-like type thing where it restarts every day and you get a little bit further and you're learning and everything like that. That plus an escape room and just like the world unfolding around you. And I'm so glad that early on, Chris, I'm so glad that early on, Katie and I knew to like take notes. We were writing down everything. Like I've got like hundreds and hundreds of photos in an album on my phone of just taking pictures of the TV as we're playing through this. And not since The Witness, that video game where I was literally like seeing the puzzles in real life and like learning another language, essentially, have I had a video game experience quite like this one. And it's been a blast to play with and to talk to everybody about. I know so many people playing it, just like randomly being like, oh my God, did you get to this room? Is it a room that's green?
Speaking in code to other people that are playing it. Yeah, so great.
It's been so much fun, and I love it. So yeah.
So Owen asked about, have we played mouthwashing? First of all, Ryan and Wyatt do not do horror.
But I did hear about this, and I heard really good things about
that. I'm looking at pictures, and I'm fucking intrigued.
But I'll continue what Ryan said about Blueprints, because that was another one as well that Nicole and I very much played that game together. Like I was on the sticks, but she had the notebook and was keeping track of things as we go, drawing out grids, and those like literally we would be playing it, and then we would like go out to dinner on our date night while Grayson's at his grandparents' house, and we'd be like mid-dinner, be like, okay, so when we get back, we really got to find this lever. We gotta go after
having to-do lists
and planning those things out. And we're so excited to uncover the mysteries of different things. And the moments that you had in that game where you would like accidentally stumble upon a password or accidentally find this thing that just opened up an entire, like, you thought you knew what the game was, and now you have a totally different game that you are playing. The amount of times that happened where it became a new game was so impressive. And up until Expedition 33, this was a clear, like, this is my game of the year. Expedition 33 has stolen that from it, I think, for me, but it is still such a, in terms of like these smaller indie game experiences, it's one of the greatest. Like,
I really hope it's nominated though. Like, I really want it to get a nomination for Game of the Year because it's incredible. It's been so great. I'm thinking of other games that have made me feel this way. I mean, Inscription was also incredible, and having that moment of like discovery and story and world building.
It did feel a lot like Inscription.
Oh,
yep. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'll do one more then before we start heading towards like rapid fire rounds. There's a TV show that I don't think any of you have watched that's called The Rehearsal. Is anyone familiar with The Rehearsal?
Wait.
Nathan Fielder. It's on HBO.
I can't watch that.
Yes. So Ryan, I would never in my life ever recommend Ryan watching this show because it is
I started this
into situations that are the most awkward thing that you could ever possibly handle. And I know that is like a thing in the same way that Nicole cannot.
Ryan's already going to throw up.
Ryan cannot watch it as well. The basic premise of it, Nathan Fielder had a show that was called
I hear it's brilliant.
Where he used to do these sort of like skits that Nathan For You was a little more like lighthearted and just very small chunk things. One of my favorite bits in Nathan For You is he's trying to prove that, like, going into an interview, if you just had the mentality of like a 7-year-old where you didn't overthink things, you could do much better in the interview. So he puts an earpiece in and goes into an interview at a law firm, but on the other end is a 7-year-old listening to this, and he's going to respond in the mic, and Nathan Fielder can only say the things the 7-year-old says. So the interviewee will just be like, so why do you want to be working in a law firm? And the little kid's just like, so no bad guys could come in that town and there could be no bad guys. And then he says that in the interview. And it's like it's not actors. It's all just like they have brought cameras around. And The Rehearsal just kind of takes that to the next level where his premise is that, like, if you can rehearse any difficult conversation that you would want to have in your life, that you can perfect it and do it better. So it is these like elaborate setups with sets and practice and like mapping out every possible variability of what somebody might say in response to plan it out. And it is him exploring these different ideas to get people to like have a certain conversation. And the second season takes this turn where it focuses on the recent like aviation crashes and stuff like that, where it tries to tackle like pilot to pilot communication, and it tackles some like actually real like serious topics, but through a lens where he will like take these turns and do. I have never laughed harder watching a TV show by myself at like 11 p.m. while Nicole and Grayson are asleep and no one is in the room with me, and I can't stop laughing out loud because of some of the bits in this show. It is, again, all that said, the highest praise I can give it, I would never recommend Ryan watching it because I know how like if you
get
really
that it's brilliant,
can't take
I can
that
appreciate
sort
that.
of like awkwardness. But it is, I think it's one of the craziest shows I've ever seen, and it's so much, it's so masterful. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
So what are we doing next? Are we spitfiring off, or
we've just crossed the 2-hour mark? If you want to go through rapid fire of each of us, and then we could do homeworks afterwards if you want.
Yeah, just quick things that we haven't said yet that deserve a shout out.
Bill, what do you got?
I don't really have either. I don't remember, or I'm just not like I feel like I talked about everything that I kind of wanted to. TJ, you can go, bro. You're like busting at the seams.
I have a bunch. So I'll just go kind of right. White Lotus. I watched the first season of that, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch the first season, and then maybe when I get to the other stuff show, I'll talk about that. And then I watched season 2 and 3. All 3 seasons.
Katie watches it. I hear it's good.
It is very, very good. I was
really disappointed.
It's good.
I was disappointed with season 3. I think season 1 and 2 are really great. I was kind of disappointed with season 3's ending, but other than that,
still my
very,
favorite.
Very good.
But I still loved all 3 of them.
It's cool seeing Walton Goggins.
Oh yeah,
anytime I walk by.
There's a show that's on Netflix, relatively new, that I loved. Tina Fey. It's got the guy from Last Man on Earth. Forget his name.
Will
Forte. It's got him. It's got Steve Carell in it, and it's called Four Seasons, and it's awesome. It is so good. It has like Dan in real life vibes. It's just a fucking amazing show, and it's quick. I think they're like 35-minute episodes, and there's only like 8 of them. Ryan, you especially, I think, would like really, really like it a lot. I started 4 seasons. Katie would also love it.
4 seasons. Got it.
Yep. I started doing Prophecy. Everything that people said is relatively true. Like it is, of course, yeah. It's slow.
I don't know what a lot of people have said.
They say it's slow. However, so was Dune 1, and I love Dune 1. It's
so
just
was something else we were talking about. What were we talking about that starts slow?
It digs into the lore of Dune. It's very good.
Yeah.
But it's good as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good writing. It keeps you engaged. What else? The one that I was going to bring up, Wyatt, the one that we have to bring up is the studio. The studio is so good. Seth Rogen.
Oh, dude.
Basically Entourage, but it's takes the main character is Seth Rogen, and he's the head of a movie studio, and it's genius. Like the stick is that they do a ton of one shots. Like they'll have a whole episode that's just one shot, or like in 3 shots, and but it's awesome. Very
the
good.
way that it pokes fun at movies and the current state of the movie industry, while also clearly being this like such a love letter to what movies are and to just what Hollywood is like, it's such a good, they have such a perfect balance there of like, you'll be laughing so hard at kind of the way they're poking fun at things, but then also really impressed at how the show is being shot and everything that's being done. I love that show. I was so eager to watch every episode.
Katie and I watched, because I think it premiered like the day before we had to leave to Chicago, and we watched the first episode and then had to leave. I think that was the trip that we went on. Regardless, we went on a trip and then like got back, and we just haven't picked it back up. But I can't wait because I loved the first episode.
Chris does say there is a little secondhand embarrassment.
There was a little bit
as well.
Even in the first.
There's some later on, but I don't think it's bad enough that you wouldn't like it. Still very good.
What else?
Daredevil season 2.
Daredevil.
Or, sorry, not season 2, but Born Again.
Next on my list. I felt like Daredevil. Like I was so pumped because I loved the original. You know, I really like that too. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, but it did definitely feel like a bunch of writers got in a room and they were like, "What if we do something like super unique and we just like." It's just Matt Murdock and we don't do Daredevil like at all. And it felt like a little forced to me. It felt like they were trying a little hard, but I still enjoyed it. Like I loved the finale. Obviously the what's his name that plays Wilson Fisk is incredible. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I was very mixed on Daredevil. I feel like every other episode I was like, this is great. And then the next episode was like, that was really underwhelming. And then the finale, I was like, this is great. And it's not just because they played Radiohead at the very end of it, but like I was still like super high on it by the end. So I hope that season 2 we get all the good stuff, because it was like there was 2 different showrunners when it first got filmed.
And it was 2.
The next season is all the good stuff.
Yeah, I remember hearing bits about how it kind of got reconstructed after it. You know, it's this whole thing that is not related to the Netflix show, and now it is. So we got to fold that into it. And there's a couple different stories being told that got taken apart and put back together, and that kind of shows the cracks a bit. But what the highs are really high, and I thought it was a lot of fun.
Agreed.
Yeah, I felt like the trial felt like a filler episode that lasted like the entire season. I don't know.
No, I did not hear about this Alex Ross exhibit in Chicago. That's awesome.
Ooh,
that's cool.
That is really cool. I have to look that
up. What else? I did start The Bear. That came out like 2 days ago. Season 4.
Oh, me too.
It got terrible reviews.
It's getting bad reviews. So what I wanted to say on that is
I enjoyed it so far.
Season 1 and 2 were incredible. Season 3 did take a little dip. I agree. However, I think the worst of The Bear is still incredible. Like it's still
100%.
so good. I don't
100%.
understand, like people are like, oh well, it's not as good as season 1 and 2, so like fuck that show. Like no, it's still so good. So
yeah,
I don't know. And I'm 3 episodes in. I'm enjoying season 4. I like it a lot.
Artemis, yeah, we'll watch it definitely.
Artemis by Andy Weir, who did Project Hail Mary, and he did The Martian. It's a very good book. I enjoyed it a lot. Ryan, I think you'd like that one too.
Yeah, that's good.
The movie.
So
Sinners.
Artemis is the god of the hunt, Bill. It's actually the sister to Apollo.
Sinners was very good. Like I'm sure everybody has heard of Sinners and knows what it is. But yeah, I really, really liked it a lot. And that was another one where it's like I came out of the theaters, and the more I sat on it, the more I liked it.
Yeah, I think that's streaming now. I'm excited to watch it.
Same.
Yeah, it's very good. Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning. Saw that twice. Saw it once with Bill, once with Ryan. I really liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. I mean, he even said he's going to be doing action movies into his, like, after he's 100 years old. But I really liked it a lot.
I was disappointed, and the more I thought about it, the more disappointed I was about it. It was a bummer.
Yeah, you and Riker felt the same. Like you said almost the same exact thing as he did, and Riker, like, we watched all of the Mission Impossible movies
from Ghost Protocol up to Dead Reckoning. Fantastic. They're incredible movies, but Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2 just weren't. They didn't do what I wanted.
Yeah.
I started a new show on Apple TV Plus. Owen Wilson. It's called Stick. And it's about this guy that discovers this, like, talent. He's like a younger kid, but he's very good at golf. And Owen Wilson is kind of like a washed up has-been golfer. It's very good. This is that show that I'm calling it now, because I'm gonna save this. This is that show that, like, 3 months from now, Bill or Ryan is going to be like, hey, I discovered this show Stick. And I'm going to be like, I brought this up months ago on the podcast. That's what this is going to be. This is like, it's going to be a thing that you're going to hear more about. I can already tell the vibe of it. It has like a Ted Lasso thing to it. It's very good. I'm playing Doom, The Dark Ages, just dumb fun, mindless fun. Very good.
For a second, I thought you said you were playing Doom.
I thought you were
Are you, TJ? I'm hearing really good things. Kind of Funny's been doing a lot of Let's Plays of it. It looks a lot of fun.
It's not out on console yet. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not on PlayStation.
Oh, it's only on
It's
PC?
one of those ones where they've said it's coming to console at some point, but they don't have a release date for console yet. Listen, I've thought about the homework assignments already. There's a part of me that wants to assign the Elden Ring multiplayer game to all of you just so I have a squad. That's an option that we could do with this homework. Where you just be like, hey, let's assign a multiplayer game. Once that comes to console, we definitely need to squad up and go to Arrakis together, because that looks
dude. I'm so ready. The movie, this is the homework I'm gonna get. That from TJ, I'm gonna give to the chat. And it's a quick one. It's just a movie. Go into it without looking up the trailer or looking up anything on it. Just start the movie Companion. Very good. It definitely, Bill and I watched it. It definitely surprised us.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about it going into it, and I'm glad that I didn't. Jack Quaid, and he's gorgeous.
He was just on the podcast today. I listened to it. It was great. He's awesome.
Kind of funny.
He's awesome. It's really, really good movie. It's not like you can't even really classify it. It's not like horror. It's not action. Just kind of leave it at that. But I think it is like, don't watch it with kids or anything, but it is very good. Check it out.
Did you guys see 28 Years Later?
I saw 28 Years Later.
I haven't seen it yet.
And that was going to be next thing. Predator, the animated Predator movie, Killer of Killers, was probably my favorite movie until I saw 28 Years. I don't know if you guys are going to like it as much. I haven't seen it.
I love 28 Days.
I haven't seen either of the other two.
So, Bill, if you liked 28 Days, which I know you did, you should like 28 Years. Danny Boyle, like, he brings back all the same, like, camera angles and movements. Like it's 28 days later. Like it's in this new movie. It's very good. The ending. Have you guys seen anything? It is everywhere. It is everywhere.
I've heard people talking about
the ending is very different than the beginning, but
nothing about what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked it. I want to see it again, like badly. It's very good. And then I'll finish by talking about comic books. Absolute Batman is awesome. It's just so refreshing that I get to read new Batman that they can do whatever the fuck they want to. Like they can do whatever they want with the characters. It's just all like just brand new stuff. It's characters that you know, but you don't know at the same time. It's lore that you don't know. It's awesome. It's just a refreshing book. It's very, very good. And
I've always loved the idea of like Ultimate Universe type stuff, just to have that blank slate. Because it's so tough being bogged down by having to have all the lore and history behind it. But having a brand new universe is always so fun, unless they mess it up. But
I read the first issue of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in the Absolute stuff when it first came out, and then just decided to wait until trades. And I'm sure at this point there are probably trades of those three out that I need to get back to.
Not yet. Of Absolute? Not yet. I think it comes out in like August or September or something.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's 9 issues though, so you can definitely read the first. Individually. My favorite Batman thing ever is Batman Hush, like by far. Hush 2, I feel like I love it. I don't know. I love Red Hood. Like he's probably one of my favorite Batman characters. I like what they're doing. I heard, I think it was Sam, somebody was talking about it in the chat earlier. I don't know. I don't like someone was like, oh, I wish the story was better. This was way earlier. I just read it, but I'm really digging the story, and I like how they're bringing it back to Hush. Like everything, like the word bubbles is the same as it was in the original Hush. Like all that stuff, like all the callbacks and stuff is great. Dude, I'm so stoked that they're all back for this.
That's intriguing.
Martian Manhunter. That is interesting because I do want to check out the other ones. Another one that I still want to check out is The Flash because it's written by Jeff Lemire, and that has me intrigued because he's awesome. Yeah. He's one of my favorite writers too.
Notice TJ was referring to Batman Hush, the comic.
The comic Batman Hush, the animated movie, is good, but it's not the comic. Like they went.
I loved reading Hush last year. Yeah, I loved reading the Hush comic for the first time last year.
Yep. And then Alien versus Avengers.
Oh, is that done yet? Right. I was waiting for it to be finished.
Someone in the chat said it just finished. Yeah, so it's trade time, baby. And I'm gonna get it.
Was it good, TJ?
This is for Alien fans. It is it's not just like, oh, a bunch of like Avengers are like fighting aliens and that's it. No, it digs into Prometheus Covenant. It digs into like all like I don't want to
say less, dude. Say less.
It's not just Alien. It's not just Alien. There's not just xenomorphs. There's so much more that goes into it.
I was told that Jonathan Hickman. So much the fact that it's good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I don't want to say much else. But yeah, dude, definitely got to read that. I think that was my last one. I told you I had a lot. One more. Sorry.
Yep.
Another one that was recommended by Robert Kirkman. And I think he recommended it on our podcast. Detroiters.
Oh, I did watch that. I watched
did you watch
that.
It? Okay.
I did. Yeah.
So that's the guy, like if you guys know him, he's the gift that always goes around. That he's like, you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
That's him.
He does. I think you should leave. Yeah.
So it's about two guys. It's a comedy, and it's about two guys that run a ad agency, and they do like commercials and stuff.
It's like
very, very funny.
It's like somehow if you took Mad Men and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and you put them in a blender. Like
that's really good.
It is those two shows which sound like they could not work together, and it is just this kind of very random. But if you like Tim Robinson's humor, it's very much I enjoyed watching it a lot.
Funny story. The main character of that show, Tim Robinson, also played another character called Philip Shaft on a show called Invincible.
The voice of Ryan Alley.
Yep. This is true.
I
that's what I got.
Listened to Expanse Book 4 since the last Other Stuff show, and I am almost done with the Expanse Book 5 right now. So yeah, 4 was great. 4 was like the Western, and it was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
and
fun.
5 right now, is just, especially Amos, his arc right now is just so great, and it's crazy what's happening.
Wait a minute. Where is Amos right now?
He's trying to get away from a planet that has just taken a beating.
Well, wait a minute. But where was he? Was he not in a prison?
Yeah. So I wonder, did Bill like this one?
Bill loves this book.
It's a good one.
This was great. I have like not many chapters left. It was like 8 chapters or something. Can't wait. It's very good. What is this? What else we got?
I'll really quick. The Monkey, great movie, super fun, very gory. Novocaine also came out. Saw that.
Yeah.
Kind of fun, very good.
Yeah.
To Kill a Unicorn, not good, very bad. Ash, sci-fi movie, super boring. The Wolfman remake was okay. Clown in a Cornfield, also just okay. How to Train Your Dragon remake, guys, was just okay. And that's what I got. Yeah.
Bill, for how much you tell TJ that he's going to hate things, you just listed up a lot of things you didn't really like that much. You know what I mean?
Out of all of those, I really love The Monkey. The Monkey is a super fun. TJ, have you ever seen The Monkey? Did you see it? I'm making a joke. I talk about it all the time. He was there with me when we saw it.
Okay.
Here's some shotgun shout-outs. Sinners, Final Destination, Bloodlines, Mission Impossible, Reckoning, Predator, Killers, How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep.
28 Years Later, and the new F1 movie. That's out soon.
I want to see that.
I really want to see that.
See it.
Yeah, same director as Mission Impossible, isn't it? And Top Gun Maverick, isn't it the same director?
I don't know.
I think it's the same as Top Gun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
So I'll rapid fire if you want my last ones. Nicole and I recently just watched on Netflix K-pop Demon Hunters.
That trailer looked awesome.
It's Sony animation, kind of similar to, not quite as crazy as Spider-Verse animation, but just really fun. Cool. Really loved it. Great songs throughout that were super catchy. I was listening to the playlist the day after. Very fun. Very similar to like a Turning Red. If you ever watched Turning Red, the Pixar movie. Which is also great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I watched Princess Mononoke for the first time these past few months, which is a Studio Ghibli movie. Probably my favorite Studio Ghibli movie I've watched. Fantastic. Nice. Light and Magic Season 2 on Disney Plus is a documentary about ILM. They did one season, and they never kind of alluded to there being another season. But the first one kind of more so went over the original trilogy of Star Wars and then into even like Jurassic Park. This one dives into the era of the prequels in such a fun way that I was like laughing and like so excited to see some of these behind the scenes things, but also like just like crying in moments too from these people working on in this studio. Like ILM, in the same way that I talked about the John Williams documentary last time, like it just like shines a spotlight on these people who made some of the most iconic things and made things that got memed on the internet and bashed in the prequel era, and like how they reacted to that. All of it is so fascinating. I highly recommend that.
I love season 1, and I forgot that they came out the season 2. Season 1 was so good.
Yeah,
that's my jam. I love it.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was the animated Spider-Man TV show that came out over these past 6 months, and it is, I feel comfortable saying, it is the best Spider-Man animated series that exists. I love Spectacular Spider-Man. It's one of the ones that I would put up there as great. It starts kind of weird, and it might take you a minute to get used to the art style and like kind of what they're doing, but by the time you kind of get to know what it is that they're doing and how they're treating the characters. Again, Coleman Domingo plays Norman Osborn, and he is brilliant in it. He's so good. I can't wait to find out. I'm sorry, Chris. Chris says it's blasphemy because he said Spectacular Spider-Man is better. I love Spectacular Spider-Man, but if we're never going to get more Spectacular Spider-Man and we get more of this show, I'll take that deal. You know what I mean? I'll take the deal if that's the world we're living in. I do love Spectacular Spider-Man.
I watched the first few episodes, but I'll have to go back to it.
There are some very standout episodes later on that kind of changed how I felt about it. I did start playing Rematch, which is the soccer game that just came out by the devs who made Sifu. It's on Game Pass right now, so I was able to just kind of play it for free. I want to say it's like $30 if it's PlayStation. It's so fun. It's like Rocket League in the way that you're bouncing things off the wall. It's very much just a very fun pick up and play. And I'm not even really a sports game or soccer person necessarily.
Hey, Josh, thanks for stopping by. Josh just popped in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Josh. Good luck on the 48. He's doing another 48-hour film thing this week.
God. Oh, my God. He just loves the torture.
As far as comics, obviously Murder Falcon, I loved it so much. We talked about that. I also caught up on Rogue Sun over the past like 6 months or whatever, because I know that was one of the ones that gets talked about in the Massiveverse, and I'd been keeping pretty current with Radiant Black, but just kind of fell off with a lot of the side stuff. And Rogue Sun might be my favorite thing in the Massiveverse. Like, for someone who has a Radiant Black tattoo, like Rogue Sun was such a fun read, and like to the credit of Kyle and Ryan and everybody working in the Massiveverse, where they say you don't have to read the other books to read this, it very much is its own story. The characters are so much fun. It like the creative things they do with that, in the same way that I love about Radiant Black, where Kyle and the team always take these very like wild swings where they're doing things that are making it feel like more than just a comic that you're reading from page to page, is so fun. And the writing is great. The characters are great. It is. I love
the family drama, the mythology, and like the cool villains. It has that Batman feel with the villains.
Yes, it feels very Batman-esque, like, but also capturing that sort of coming of age teen angst feeling as well. Like it's such a good comic. I loved it. Blood and Thunder, the first few issues were really, really great. And I also read the other. Oh, I talked a little bit about Extremity already. Loved that. I thought it was really, really great. I also read The Moon is Following Us by Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo. I'm probably mispronouncing his last name. Daniel Warren Johnson doesn't do all of the art. He does maybe like 15% of the art, and then Riley is the other art. But Daniel Warren Johnson wrote all of it. It was also very, very good. 10 issues, and it's done. I don't know that I would put it as high as my favorite Daniel Warren Johnson stuff, but still very much, if you like Murder Falcon, if you like Daniel Warren Johnson's stuff, you will like The Moon is Following.
I'm not sure if we'll bring it up on the Invincible podcast, but Robert Kirkman taking on writing duties for Transformers starting at issue 25 is interesting. So that would be cool. I've been meaning to catch up on Energon Universe.
For sure. So that'll be one that's
another motivating factor.
My self-imposed homework by next time is to catch up on Void Rivals and Transformers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nice segue. So homework time?
So
homework time.
I literally just assigned them all just now.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mine haven't changed. And mine have not been brought up at all.
Oh, why don't you go first, Ryan?
John, I hope you're still in the chat. So Wyatt knows about this because I got him to start it. But for the last, maybe 3 weeks, I have finally started watching something that has been recommended to me for years, and I have been obsessed. And it's so much fun. And I am assigning this to TJ because I feel like, as somebody who hosted the Invincible Trivia and somebody who also loves game shows, TJ, you need to watch Game Changer on Dropout.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know what this is?
I think I've seen clips online.
Yeah.
TJ?
I think I know what it is.
Oh my God. Dropout.
Game Changer?
On Dropout. You have to, it's a subscription service.
Yep.
But it's like $5-6 or whatever a month.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, try and know as little as possible. The idea is that it's a game show where every single episode, the contestants walk out and they have no idea the rules of the game. And so they just start playing and it goes bonkers. And it's so
part of the game
brilliant.
is figuring out what the game is. And then there is playing the game. And it's all, the contestants are always characters that are very good at improv and at just rolling with things. And it's a hilarious show.
It is the old college humor, guys. What's that?
What's the name of the streaming service?
Dropout TV. So I think it's dropout.tv or whatever.
You can also just subscribe via YouTube. Like you can become a member of the channel. That's how I've been watching them. Is if you and it's I think the same thing. It's like $6, I think.
I highly recommend watch season 1, episode 1, and just work your way through. Contestants become characters who have running bits and humor. TJ, please watch at least 2 seasons, but season 3 was the COVID season, so they're doing it virtually, which is still very brilliant in the way that they managed to still do it.
Bill, it's like they're super short, and it's like 6 episodes for a season.
Yeah, there'll be like a 15
it's like 20
to 30 minute episode. Yeah. Like and they're so easy, trust me. And they're shorter seasons. TJ, I'm telling you, I think you're going to love this. It is so good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the best. I'm almost done with season 5. Yeah, it's the best.
Right. Who else?
Ryan, what else?
Am I going to keep going for everybody?
I think Ryan should assign all of his, and then we'll go to somebody else next.
Okay. Bill, it's time, especially come November. We're all fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And come November, there's something that I think we're going to want to play. So it's time that you learn how to play Magic the Gathering.
Ooh.
So you have to learn how to play Magic the Gathering. And
I can't do that myself.
Oh no, TJ and I know how to play. And hopefully before the next thing, me and TJ are going to go to like the Last Airbender pre-release event.
Nice.
So yeah, wow. I think that's going to be fun.
So, Nicole is commenting in the chat because she just bought her first Magic the Gathering deck because she has a friend at work that is very into it and has been like, also her sister and our brother-in-law is very much into it as well. So that's been on my list of a thing.
And there's also
I've been looking for the reason to like really get hooked in and dive
Spider-Man's coming out soon. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a secret layer or whatever, a small pack of Invincible. Like the creator of Magic is a huge Invincible fan.
Give me an Expedition 33 deck and I'm in.
Oh, dude. They just did the Final Fantasy set. Like
exactly.
Like it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun.
Okay. All right.
Wyatt, I mentioned it. I found a way to ask to make sure this isn't something you have done before. I tried to go with something a little bit different for everybody.
Okay.
And I think this is something that you're going to want to do. You've kind of said it so yourself. But I think before next Other Stuff show, you have to build a Gundam.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've wanted to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Which I've learned are called Gunpla. Like Gunpla is like what a robot model is, but Gundam is like a brand, you know what I mean, is the show and everything. Yes. I've never done it. I think it's fascinating. I'd love to, but I know it's so up Wyatt's alley.
Yeah.
And I even asked him when we were walking around the show floor at C2E2, I'm like, hey, do you ever build one of those? And he's like, no, I would. I'm like, I got you.
Cut to like 3 years from now, Ryan. This is one of those things that like I've never dipped my toe into because cut to 3 years and it's just gonna be all Gundams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Like it's one of those things that I've known that like, that could be a dangerous one, but I'm excited.
And there are several levels too.
Yeah.
Like I was originally like gonna get TJ the subscription, get Bill the starter set, and get Wyatt a starter Gundam. And I was like, you know what? No, let I want you to pick out your own. I want But yeah.
Antonio, I took a picture of your comment because he says to start out with an HG kit. They're super affordable and easy to learn. All you need is a set of single-bladed cutters and you're golden.
Yeah. See, there's so many, and the little bit that I've looked at online, they're super helpful, like threads and forums and everything like that. I was like, you know what? It seems very easy to get into, but I want you to be able to pick one that looks the way you want.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. That's such a good recommendation. I'm very excited. I will assign my homework if you guys are
go for it.
Ready next. I'm gonna say for TJ, I'm gonna say I will even buy the game, TJ. You need to play Expedition 33. Like that is one of the games that like I want you to get through Act 1 of Expedition 33. I know it's like I think it's like $50 on PlayStation. I will buy the game for you. I will like send the PlayStation code to you.
What? That might be the biggest homework
fucking happy.
Ever.
It is.
That's minimum. If he beats the game, it's like 35 hours.
But again, Act 1. I'm telling him to get through Act 1, and if it's still not for him in Act 1, then he can.
By the end of Act 1, TJ, you'll be fucking ready to go, bro.
Yeah.
If you like it.
TJ, and the reason I say that is because I, again, don't really like turn-based games. It is a style of game that I don't think that I would like, and it's that good. It is a like game of the generation type of.
Have
Charlie
you
Cox
seen spoilers at Bill's house?
No, no. He's only ever done fights. So the thing that turns me off about those games is not like the turn-based or anything like that. It's I don't like side quests. I don't like, you have to go and like deliver some mail in order to upgrade yourself to make yourself strong enough.
Dude,
you don't have to do anything like that.
No, you don't have to do that.
All the side quests are mostly
it's actually pretty linear.
Boss battles that are like,
it's very linear.
Then I think I'll like it. I'll like it.
Honestly, I actually don't think it's that crazy.
I hope you do, TJ. I hope
performances are incredible. Music is incredible. The aesthetic of it is all incredible. And it is just it's true. Again, it's just one of those games that like even genres that are not like my jam. When there is a game that is this good, it warrants you stepping outside your genres and like at least trying it to see if it's for you.
That's fine.
I will take the bullet, and if you still hate it when we come back in December or January or whatever, I will take the pain of that. That's okay because it's worth getting you to just try it.
I'm just happy I'm not getting forced into watching Andor again because I thought for sure I was getting that.
I'm going to shout Andor from the mountaintops, but I'm not going to force anybody. I'm not going to force anybody to watch it. Okay, so that's for TJ. For Bill, I'm torn between a couple of things. But Bill...
Do you need TJ and I to help you pick?
I also have two options for TJ. So I understand what you're going through right now. And I think that I'll let you
Bill's going to give me something that's going to take me 1,000...
No.
Do you own the physical book that Bill gave you, Wyatt?
I don't know.
You have it next to you, don't you, Bill? It's like that thick.
It is.
And he gave me
very thick. He texted me pictures of that book and how he was like 30% through it, and he was on like chapter 60 something, and I was just like, "What? How is that a thing?" And I get
ridiculous.
So Bill,
you don't have to finish it. If
TJ needs to read The Stand by Stephen King.
Bill, I want to assign.
Bill have to read the Bible.
Bill, I want to assign you. I want to assign you Rogue Sun, but I'm not going to. I think that you should read Rogue Sun.
He would love.
You will love that comic, and I'm not assigning it because I feel like there could be enough nudges that you'll eventually catch up on that, anyways. Like,
I will.
You exist in that universe canonically. I feel like
you are a character in that universe.
So instead, I was thinking about not necessarily things that I played like super recently, but games that I know not a lot of you guys have played. And I looked this game up and was surprised to see that it's on Switch, but it's not on PlayStation, and it is on PC. And I played it on PC, and it is a game that I think you would dig, Bill. It is called Katana Zero. Have you heard of Katana Zero, Bill?
I have not at all.
It's a like kind of pixel art side scroller. Did you ever play Hotline Miami?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Your reaction to that? It is side scroller. It's gonna give you those Hotline Miami vibes of like very quick action, but it's gonna give you the soundtrack impeccable. It's so good. And but it's also gonna give you that like satisfying I landed the parries just like Expedition 33 does, where you're like nailing it. It's so good. You'll love that. Katana Zero is what I'm giving you. And then Ryan, you need to go do a power bomb. You need to go redo a power bomb.
Oh yeah. All right.
And that one is one that like I know how much from you assigning me Murder Falcon. I know that like you will love this. And again, even if you don't like wrestling that much, it is such a good story and it is such a good like
TJ and I have gone to live wrestling. I can handle it.
Yeah. You'll
very much
take this.
Dude, we went to like a it wasn't a smack. It was a pay-per-view though.
It was a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Here in Buffalo.
Oh wait, I don't want Chris to say that I'm hating. Wow, I'm really glad that you experienced a live wrestling show. Fascinating. I'm gonna go next. I'm going to go next because mine have already been talked about.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Lewis has a very important clarification. Am I supposed to power bomb? Like, should I do a power bomb?
Yes. You have to power bomb Bill.
Good luck. Good luck. So Wyatt, Paradise 1, that's your homework. I'm very, very. I wouldn't assign this book to you if I wasn't sure that you would enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm digging those first 4 chapters. I'm excited to get back to it.
Yeah. So Ryan, I'll do you next since this should come as no surprise. You need the audiobook Dungeon Crawler Carl. That's
all right.
That is
all right. Cool.
Yeah. That's
you're the one that I will probably get to.
Yeah. I asked you questions about it and I was like this close to doing it and then I didn't. And I was like, so you swooped in the perfect, you took the perfect opportunity to do it.
Because we talked about it and you just need to do it. Just know that just like every other audiobook, the narration always catches you off guard when you first start it, but then you get into it.
So give it some time, at least a couple hours, like 2 episodes worth of television to give it.
I'd say give it. It's like a 24-hour book, so give it like 8 hours.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, so like 2 hours is like nothing. So
no,
that's
so if like there was a show that only had a couple.
Got it.
So TJ, I have what I want you to look. See, Amanda said it's a great book. She's also started it. I have 2 for you, TJ. 1 is what I want you to do, and 2 is the backup, which I also want you to do. The first is
you're gonna let him choose.
Yeah,
are you assigning extra credit?
You can only choose if you have experienced the first thing. The first thing. This is wild. This is gonna catch everybody off guard. TJ, I want you to read the first compendium of Spawn.
Compendium.
It's the first volume. It's like it's
like Invincible Compendium 1.
It's smaller than the first hardcover, but I own it. You can borrow mine. TJ, I would like for you to read Spawn.
Huh.
From what I've experienced of Spawn, I like Spawn. I like the character Spawn. I've never like the HBO show. I loved that show.
Dude, the lore is great. I think that you're gonna fucking love it.
That's the majority of what I know of Spawn is that show, which I was obsessed with when it was on. Yeah, when I was a kid. All right. What was going to be your backup?
You're the only one who would play it, and I think that you would enjoy the story and the tone. Silent Hill 2 remake, but you're already playing some video games, so you know what, DJ? It's up to you. You could either play Silent Hill 2 in its entirety or read the first volume of Spawn.
I'm gonna go with Spawn because I found something that I would like. I think I would like to do.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like that's good, like Image Comics history knowledge to have too. Like that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like you may react to that the way I reacted to like reading Hush. You know what I mean? Where even though I was just enjoying the story, it was also like, wow, I can see.
There's a lot of reading
comics
too.
Was.
Yeah, there's a lot of reading in Spawn as well. It's mostly reading. There's not a lot of action to it, but the lore is great. Like Sam and Twitch, the cops, they're awesome. Like it's I hope you'll like it. So
that is quite a bit. You're next. A whole compendium. That's a lot.
Dude, it's not. It's the first trade. It's a volume, so it's not a trade paperback, but it's also not a fucking compendium. It's like right in the middle.
So it's like a hardcover. It's like a 12 issue.
Yeah, it's a hardcover, but soft. Yeah.
All right. Bill, I'll start with you. I have 3 on here, but I think I'm gonna go with Common Side Effects.
Oh
yeah, Mike.
Side Effects.
Oh, Mike's here just in time.
Common Side Effects. Nice.
Common Side Effects for Bill. My other one for you, Bill, is
To Finish the Great.
Yeah, seriously.
Just give it to me.
It would have been Wonder Woman by Daniel Warren Johnson.
Wonder Woman. Interesting.
Oh yes.
By Daniel Warren Johnson.
Oh yes. Yeah, you
it would have been this one, but you should just read it because don't claim to be an Alien fan. You need to read Alien vs. Avengers. It really was great. It is built for you.
I'm
telling you.
I'm buying it.
You sold him on that already, I think. Yeah.
All right. Oh
yeah. When says Wonder Woman Dead Earth is the name of the book by Daniel Warren Johnson. I would put that one up there with the Murder Falcons and the Duo Power Bombs. It's so good.
All right. My next one is for Ryan.
pause. Sorry, just because we're talking Daniel Johnson in DC. Did you read his Beta Ray Bill?
No, that's one of the ones that is a gap that I have. I should.
That's another good one. That's very good.
I think TJ, you have my trade paperback for it, or I don't know.
Do I still have it?
But
I should.
Wyatt, that's like a one-nighter. Like it's like 4 issues or something. Dude, you're gonna love it. That one might.
It's on the list.
All right, Ryan, you're next.
All right.
It ends now. It ends now, Ryan. It ends now. You can't call yourself an X-Men fan unless you've seen Legion.
Oh shit! Yes. All right. Cool.
I thought you have seen Legion. I love
how
Ryan.
Mike showed up just in time for that.
It was perfect timing, and him and I actually talked about this. So yeah, it worked out.
Now wait, you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
God.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
Very good. That is a perfect homework because I want to watch it, but I just don't have the motivation. I need the kick. Yeah. That's awesome.
It is. It's one of those shows where you're like, damn, this is so smart. It's so like mind-bendingly like perfect. It's just
that'll get you ready for Alien Earth too. Isn't it the same showrunner?
Really? That's a weird poll to know that.
I think it is.
Bill knows everything about anyone who worked on an
Mike,
Alien
will you
movie.
confirm? I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Same
showrunner.
Antonio's the same showrunner.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I might watch that just leading up to Alien Earth just to get
every time we do homework, a lot of us just also do other people's homework.
Yeah, that's true.
Wyatt, I struggled with yours because I kept adding to it over the last couple of months.
I'll do extra credit. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I had 4 for yours.
I'll make a promise to the top one. And then a strong maybe to the.
All right. I'll give you the maybes first before I give you your actual assignment.
Okay.
We watched the first 2 episodes, but Spaced, Simon Pegg.
Oh yeah, I did really enjoy watching.
I had that on there. It's so good, and it's quick.
And that's one that I feel comfortable like putting on when I'm like just kind of, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I have to focus super hard on it. It's like an Always Sunny type of thing.
Yeah, you gotta sit down and watch it though. Middle West was on there at one point. Middle West is incredible. It's Scotty Young, or not Scotty Young. George Corona is the artist. Yeah,
that's not. I always conflate that with East of West, which is a very different thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's very different. Yep. Okay. And Dark Matter was the other one. As a maybe book. The book, it's one of the best books I've read in a while. It was very good.
Got it.
It's very good.
I'm right.
But your actual homework is the game, specifically DMC.
Okay.
Oh
yes, TJ. Fucking right field. Don't even start with the OG. Fucking go with the remake, the reboot that gets all the hate. The fucking best gameplay. Fucking incredible fucking story. Wyatt fucking DMC. Let's go.
I'm in.
Let's fucking go.
It is very good.
That's a good fucking good.
And it's
TJ.
it's a quick game.
Yeah, I'm in.
You're gonna
and you know what?
Love it, Wyatt. You're gonna love it.
I will definitely do at least 2 of those. I feel like by the time we come back in January, because I know that I'm assigning you a big game with Expedition 33. So I will definitely do at least 2 of those. Luis
Cortez says, would you say Legion takes like 2 episodes to get into, TJ? No, I wouldn't. I think Ryan's gonna be hooked after episode 1.
Ryan, please watch 2 episodes tonight and be like, I don't know, it's kind of slow. Should I stick
kind of slow?
All
right. I think those are. This is some good homework all around. I'm happy with this.
I'm so excited that I feel like it's funny that last time all my homework was reading things. It was Long Halloween, it was Murder Falcon, and it was We Used to Live Here. And now I'm going to build a Gundam, and I'm going to go play Devil May Cry.
I'm going to have to keep ramping these up though. Wyatt, has your passport expired?
You know, I don't think I have a passport at this point.
You might need a passport for your next homework.
It just keeps escalating. I need you to go to Japan and try some sushi there.
I have a TV show which is a game show, which is weird. I have a TV show. I have a video game, and a comic.
Yeah, I've got a comic.
Spread out.
I've got a comic, a audiobook, and a TV show.
Yeah.
I don't have to read it all this time. Oh wait, I didn't have to read last time either. I don't think.
Which is good. You read so much.
You read enough, Bill. You're the reader.
Enough.
You know what I mean? You read a lot.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering. I don't know how that's gonna. Okay.
Chris does say One Piece again. I'm gonna.
Katana Zero. It's already bought.
Bill, real quick. You liked Inscription, right?
Yeah, but I don't like.
But like the gameplay of that, like we don't have to get into it, but like I think it'll click. We'll see.
I'm not worried about it clicking. I'm worried about me caring enough about like building a specific deck and like.
I need to get back into it.
I've got the solution for that, Bill. You don't.
Yeah, you
which
don't.
is the best part. Because I don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
wait till you see Jumpstart and pre-con. Like you're gonna be fine.
It does it for you.
You'll be fine.
I did build a fucking nasty dragon.
It was fun
back in the day.
And doing drafts are like the best. Oh.
I do feel like I need to like get back into that though. Like I couldn't sit down and play a game with you just like off the jump right now. It's been way too long.
Part of me has like, so Nicole, Commander has become such the main way to play Magic. I haven't really been playing Magic since that has taken off in a significant way. So part of me is kind of doing this, and just like TJ is talking, to get a little bit more back into it and get ready for Spider-Man, get ready for Avatar, and the next set is also like a sci-fi theme, which looks cool. So part of me is hoping to get back into it, and then maybe we learn Commander, and then maybe me, Bill, and TJ play like 3-person Commander, which is the thing you can do.
Nicole's
we'll see.
A fucking nerd. She's such a nerd. Do you guys play Commander for Magic the Gathering?
That's the neat part. You don't. Damn.
Oh,
all right.
Man. Well, that's almost 3 hours, guys. Thanks for sitting around. Am I allowed to eat dinner now? It's almost 11 o'clock.
No, you have to go play Magic right now. That's how it works. Go play Magic while you watch Andor.
I mean, our last other stuff show was 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah. So we got 4 more minutes.
Yeah, we gotta.
Extra credit for anybody in the chat. Go watch Akira. I watched Akira not that long.
You know what, Wyatt? I was hoping. I forgot. Since the other stuff show, you watched it and loved it. I want to watch Akira. That is going to be some extra.
That's your extra credit.
So I got the 4 Seasons show, the book Artemis, and Akira.
What's the one thing? Spitfire. One thing.
Thanks.
That everybody is. What's one thing that everybody's looking forward to between now and January when we do our next other stuff show? Only pick one.
2 movies that are coming out soon that we're all very excited about: Fantastic Four and Superman.
Predator, Badlands, Alien Earth. Oh fuck, man! We just got a poster for Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, there's
after
March. I know
there's a board game called Vantage that I've been excited about. It's coming out soon.
Ooh. People hate on the first one, but I love Tron. I can't wait for Tron Ares. It comes out in November.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of
which, Owen literally just said Tron Ares.
Yeah.
Did he? See? Come on, bro.
I'm going to see 9 Inch Nails in August, which will be just before Tron Ares comes out. They're doing in Oakland. They're playing in Oakland. It'll be their first U.S. tour because they're touring right now in like the UK and all over there. So I've seen little clips and everything. So I'm super hyped for that and really hopeful for Tron. I'm not the biggest Jared Leto fan, but 9 Inch Nails doing the score. The trailer looks super cool. I could not be more excited. All this has been a 9 Inch Nails summer for me because I'm looking forward to like getting to see them live for the first time because I've never seen them live. And so I've just been going through their like old discography and getting more familiar with their older albums that aren't necessarily the ones I always go to. So that's the reason why I haven't kept reading Paradise 1, Bill, is because I've just been listening to more 9 Inch Nails. So
Avatar, very Fire and Ash.
Oh yeah.
Is that happening? Wow.
I think so.
I think December probably. Ghosts of Yote, very much looking forward to that. I love Ghost of Tsushima, so I hope that one's great.
The Marvel side-scrolling fighting game.
Oh, Cosmic Invasion.
Cosmic Invasion.
The team that did Shredder's Revenge is doing that one now. Yeah, I definitely am looking forward to playing that with Grayson. I hope to eventually get a Switch 2. because I know Grayson would love Mario Kart, and the new Donkey Kong looks really fun. It has co-op in it as well. That seems like it would be really fun to play with Grayson. So maybe by the time we do another Other Stuff show, I'll have a Switch too, but who knows?
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
I'm going to go browse the internet looking at Gundams tonight, and that sounds like a fun night.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I really am going to make it a goal to be more creative.
Yeah, I like that.
Even more creative for the next one. I think maybe, you know what? I think Game Changer has done this to me. I'm going to try and one up your homeworks.
I like that. Yeah. I feel like it's raised the game, and now I feel the pressure to do the same, you know?
Yeah. Raise the game to the pressure to do the same.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it did rhyme. There we go.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us and hanging out in the chat and everything.
Yeah.
We will be back for another one of these in January. But you know, we promise that Battle Beast.
That Ryan's voice will be less scratchy and poppy.
Sorry.
And you know, if we end up having to pop up to do like an emergency alien Earth thing or something about something, maybe we'll do.
I've been saying,
who knows? We just pop up and do a random. We're talking about stuff.
We can branch out. I like the branch out.
But I'm not game anymore. It's bedtime, guys. Thanks
Bye,
for sticking around. Bye.
Bye.